Well, hey, good evening, everybody, and welcome to Disco Thursday. I'm Nearest, and tonight, obviously, we're playing Disco Elysium. Yeah, so this is part 3 of our kind of wacky moralist riding the center balanced ass run. I say day 3, it's day 3 it's the 3rd stream that I've done on this particular run, but it's day 1. We don't move very fast here. Yeah, but it is also like 10 p.m., so I should probably put Kim to bed. Let's go check on a couple things. Let's check with Elizabeth again.
How are things?
We investigated the body. It shouldn't be long until we get it down.
Thanks for keeping me in the know, sir.
So yeah, what does our crazy balanced run look like? So I started with all of the same skills. 3 on every skill, but 4 on rhetoric because it's my key ability and I had to have one. And I figured that a centrist would be able to talk good in things, so that's why that. Yeah, I mean, we've had a couple of bonuses and anti-bonuses here and there, but also, why can't I talk to my necktie yet? God damn it! Just looking at Inland Empire, it's pretty okay shape. One more thing to check. I know you can get her gloves somewhere. Can't remember where though. Also, am I learning a thing right now? 89%. I've been trying to get that thought for a very long time. Okay, so again, going back to like this run is super balanced and weird. I have no idea how I'm gonna get into the port. I think I'm gonna have to turn into a Seminese supremacist. See things the way Measurehead does in order to get in. Because I don't think I have the savoir-faire to make the jump on the roof, and I don't think I have the physical instrument to just and reaction speed to get through Measurehead the right way, or the violent way. All right, I tried. Okay, let's go ahead and let's pack it in, I guess. There's some stuff we can do in the Whirling Rags anyways. Oh, I can talk to Lena.
The worker is in a deep slumber. Perhaps he's on his way to where you just came from, into the primordial darkness.
Hello again, sweetie.
Money get. Wait, what's this? Hell yeah. What's this? What are all these things? Photos of men in overalls toting guns and Union placards. I kind of wonder if that's actually in the Union base. Wait. Board. All right.
Can I
Hello.
help you? Thanks. I hope you found what you were looking for.
Found the
How
victim's
strange.
clothes.
I certainly didn't put them there.
Maybe you don't remember putting them there. Maybe we're sleepwalking or in a fugue state. Could someone in your staff have put them there? Who else has keys to
I
the
think
trash
fugue
container?
states are more your forte, officer.
True, true, true.
Sylvie had the keys before I got here, and I can vouch for her. I can vouch for all my staff. None of us would tamper with the crime scene. The trash collection service, CS Municipal. I don't see why they would put anything in the trash, though.
Ah, the elusive CS Municipal. I doubt we'll be able to track down who was sent here last and when. This will have to be one of those little threads that solves itself down the road. Thank you anyway.
Alright. Oh, that's right. I was like, I thought I did that already. But yeah, I called in the serial number. I need to wait for Alice to get the info. Who put the clothes in the trash? This will take some time. Yeah. It'll take a while. Get the hangman's boots, track down a gun. Investigate Department 10. Wait, did I not do that? Thought I did. Buy pants. Reality lowdown. Oh, I have my badge. I can actually go do that. Oh, wait, no, I haven't gotten my badge yet. Shit.
Yes. Do I have a
Need a
shaker
drink and
in
pour
my
me
hand?
one?
Is this a shaker?
He sounds irritated.
You sound irritated. Why? All I wanted was a
Am I wearing
drink.
a little bow tie? Am I wearing a bow tie and doing this?
He shakes the imaginary
Am I
shaker
smiling?
furiously.
Do you see me smiling and shaking my little shaker? No. Do you know why? Because I'm not
Why?
a bartender. I'm a cafeteria manager. Is there anything else you wanted?
Play it calm. This man needs to understand you need a drink to help the community deal with police stuff.
You don't understand the seriousness of the situation. I'm an alcoholic and I'm a fix. Give me a fucking drink, asshole. I'm an alcohol-operated detective. If you want me to clean up the dead body and solve the case, I need you to insert alcohol into my mouth.
Even more reason for me not to serve you, sir. Was there anything else you needed other than alcohol? Absolutely out of the question.
Absolutely
Boo.
in the question. First we find a sad banger. Then we sing this place to shit.
Oh, Kim wants to talk. Hello.
We should think about calling it a
Hello.
day, maybe. The nights are still miserably cold this time of year.
Yes, my
We can pick
hostel
up where we
room
left off
calls.
tomorrow morning. Yes?
How are we doing on logic? Wow, we can dump a lot into logic. What's letting me go that high? That's intellect +1. Ah. That's what it is. Cool. Okay, so yeah, we can do this logic. Why did the 41st send me?
Look at you. It's because you're a failure. They sent you to Slight, Precinct 57.
What? No, that can't be right. Yeah, that makes more sense than the other
Just
stuff I
think
thought of.
about it for a second. You're a raging alcoholic who showed up 3 days late wearing piss-stained disco garb. You weren't sent here to win.
Kim, what if my precinct sent me on this case because I'm a fuck-up? Like, as a joke. His voice is somber, so it's true, but it's not true, right?
Of them, not to mention unprofessional, but I also think it's somewhat unlikely. I checked the record.
Why is that?
This jurisdiction dispute, who polices Martinez, reaches back to the 30s. It's as old as my station. And all this time we can't decide who gets Martinez? I think, yes, both stations would prefer a win.
Ah, so you are their finest. You really
I
see
am
me
the
as a safe
finest
bet.
of nothing. Safe? No. But you're old. You've made it this far. Something has brought you through. We've only just started working
fuck it,
together,
we're gonna go
so I
webcam
don't
today.
know what it is yet. But it's there.
Boop. I wasn't planning on it, but, well, we're here now. There we go. Alright. Hello, it's me, Nearest. Hi. I just
So
found
no,
myself
I don't
smiling
think they sent
sillily
you as a
while
joke.
playing this game.
And even if they did, they are in for a surprise.
Oh. I goofed on that one. I should have tried that before I dumped a point into Inland Empire. Whoops. Doopsie. Is that tear?
This is the door to the room you redecorated.
Just a moment.
Good night, Lieutenant.
You had some questions earlier, I believe. And besides, we should discuss our progress on the investigation. Let's go out to the balcony.
Alright, let's go.
The air outside is brisk. The lieutenant is silent for a moment. He listens to the traffic hum. Then,
Where shall we begin? We should talk about the investigation, first and foremost. But I also remember you wanting to discuss the RCM.
He lights a cigarette.
have
didn't
a
know you
cigarette
smoked,
every
Kim.
night when I go over my notes. It's something of a ritual.
oh,
One
man,
cigarette.
He looked so devastatingly cool with that cigarette.
I think I might want to pick up smoking. Do you have any
I
more
apologize,
cigarettes?
But I only brought one with me. I have exactly one cigarette every night while going over my notes.
How'd you get so
You
cool,
mean this?
Kim?
This isn't cool. It's an unnecessary trial of will and unhealthy.
Keeping
He
the
flicks
habit
the ash.
within the parameters he's given himself takes a lot of focus. It would be easier to simply quit. Yet, were he to quit, he would lose the cool factor. This man relishes his cool quite a bit, we are told.
Right then. The
It's been a
debrief.
long and eventful day.
How do you think
We
today went?
inspected the victim's body, so that's good. It was not easily approachable in that state, but we did it. I would say our initial inspection was very thorough, and we have solid leads to follow up on.
That's
Then
better
you
than I
shot him in
expected
the
it to
chest,
be.
which wasn't ideal.
Never
And
mind.
we still have to get it down for the trip.
By not ideal, he means he can't believe he let you try that trick and would be angry if he didn't feel the outcome was partly his responsibility.
I admit I'm a little out of practice. I just wanted to make sure he was
We
really
thought
dead. I still
it
can't
was
believe I
supposed
missed
to
that
have this
shot.
precision. But moving on to the interviews, we weren't able to find the union leader, Everard Clare, much less interview him. So that's on the to-do list for tomorrow. We talked to Joyce Messier, but didn't get any information from her. I have a feeling Joyce knows how dangerous the situation really is. We have to get her to talk to us.
If Kim is emphasizing something this much, it really must be important.
Above all, though, today was exhausting. What's with all the running? You run a lot. Is that a standard Precinct 41 practice?
I have a really good theory about why you're running so fast, son. Just you wait until we get up tomorrow.
Yes, it's part of the Jamrock Shuffle. I don't like to waste time, you know. My mind moves fast, the rest has to try to keep up. I'm training for a long-distance run. I want to raise money for some charity. Yeah, it's just how we roll in Precinct 41. I don't know why I do the things I do, Lieutenant Kitsuragi.
It's impressive, especially for a man your age. And in those hills.
He nods thoughtfully, tapping
Nice
his
shoes,
finger
by the
on a
way.
cigarette.
I like the green. Goes with the orange.
He looks at your snakeskin shoes and smiles suddenly. So what are your powers exactly?
They're quite
Our powers,
limited,
the
actually.
RCM.
The power officers of the Revachol Citizens Militia exercise most frequently is imposing fines of up to 1,000 real for offenses, in accordance with an interdepartmental schedule.
Man, I'm the best streamer ever. Alright, let's get rid of that delay that I had on here. Ha ha ha. 1,000, why not more? Wouldn't that be an easy power to abuse?
The RCM's primary role is to ensure safety. We are not really supposed to play any part in the economic structure of Revachol. Yes, although indirectly, as citizens can always request records from their local station. Officers of the RCM have been known to take bribes of less than the prescribed fine amount. It undermines trust in the RCM. We can arrest people, of course, but rather than bringing someone in directly, it's preferable to serve a station cold sleep. It prevents confusion and overcrowding.
Wait, how can you be sure the arrestee will show up? Let's see if someone resists.
You can't. Those who don't show up become fugitives, though, and have fewer legal rights when they are eventually caught. It's about power projection. Thus far, they seem to mostly show up.
I see, and if someone resists.
As you may have gathered from the fact that we are expected to carry a record of our kills, like the one in your watermarks, we are permitted to use whatever force is necessary, and strongly admonished not to abuse that power.
Wait, so if I kill someone on duty, what happens to the people we convict? And who makes all these rules? The government coalition? Coalition government?
You have to supply compelling evidence for why it was necessary to use lethal force. In these cases, your partner is usually your witness. Not a good position to be in, by the way. Internal Affairs handles these cases thoroughly, by cross-examining you for inconsistencies. It is hard to cover for anyone, which is for the best. We don't convict. We arrest and send them to coalition government courts in Couron and La Delta. The prosecution works off our testimonies and records, which is why it's paramount to keep them.
He taps his coat pocket where he keeps his notes.
Yes, the international community's mission in Revachol, and the moral intern more broadly. The RCM was formed by the coalition government to restore order in the international zone after the revolution. So we did. Now we attempt to maintain that order. No more, no less.
His gaze is absently fixed on a window below that just went dark.
Or perhaps it is better to say we were allowed to form. It's a point of contention whether the citizens of Revachol or the coalition government founded the RCM.
Say as the citizens of Ravachol, let's say the coalition government. Say nothing.
It's probably more honest, yes. Either way, the moral intern leases us the right to keep the peace in this city, and they will take it away if we misuse it.
Or if they think you do.
The moral intern, what is it?
The Moralist International are the world's largest political organization. You know who they are. They have been running this place after the revolution failed.
Jamais vu, man. If I didn't know, how would you describe them? I really don't know. That's how bad it is in here. Point to your head.
They're a union of center-left and center-right parties across the Real Belt. Our coalition government is just one of its many projects. They also run the ICP, EPIS, most intergovernmental organizations in the world.
What do they believe in? What's their symbol? What do you think of them? I have an opinion on the moral intern.
What do they believe in? They are Dolorians. They believe they continue the humanist project set forth by Her Innocence Dolores Day 4 centuries ago. Others say they are just technocrats.
Those others say they continue the humanist project set forth by Dolores Day.
Of course.
Interesting question. It's a blue forget-me-not. Their motto is love, compassion, self-discipline. I think you can gauge what they want you to think of them from that.
Something kind and usual. Something almost self-explanatory. Something ominous. Something even a little feminine,
Man,
but in a strict manner.
having 3 points on every stat is getting me a lot of medium successes, isn't it?
Something like the dark blue, serious color of the early night sky above.
Early night sky is 10:30 in March. Like, it's... I think this game takes place in March. Anyway, who is Dolores Day?
A historic figure? The author of the modern age? You will have to look elsewhere for opinions. The subject of humanism is too abstract for me.
What do you think of them?
The moral intern are a fact. I try not to have opinions on facts until they change. And it doesn't look like that's about to happen.
It is more than that. There's some kind of affection in him.
You like the moral intern.
Yes, I did, when I was younger. In my 20s, I considered myself a moralist. A blue forget-me-not, a piece of the sky. They're not all that bad.
That's another leitmotif associated with moralism.
But the years have changed that. I don't know what I believe in now. No, I believe in the RCM. That's enough for me.
Nothing but esprit de corps. Got it. I have an opinion.
Do you?
The lieutenant arches his brow, then pulls on his cigarette. It's a slim white thing in his fingers. Alright, things are bad out there. Point to the city. We need them here, giving us the right to police Revachol. They've done an awful job here. Have you seen the place? This isn't humanism. We're stooges in the world's biggest bourgeois organization protecting bourgeois rights. Immigrants, liberal. Fucking men are turning into women. Oh, great. On second thought, I don't have an opinion. Forget about it. Okay, so this is communist. This is fascist. Let's try
In
this
fact,
one.
we would
Hey!
need them, even if you didn't think that way. We are in what is called the twilight of international law. The laws we claim to enforce come from the MI. Without them, we are simply vigilantes.
Actually, vigilantes is okay with me. Yeah, vigilantes sound bad. Maybe we should make our own law.
Spoken like a revolutionary, not
Oops.
a cop. But hypothetical aside, in Martinez we already are vigilantes. At least the Union thinks so. I expect our job here to prove quite challenging.
He looks at the roundabout. I'll look there too.
The dying lights of the city shimmer below. Slowly, like luminous clouds, they pass on his lenses. The lieutenant looks at his slim cigarette, contemplating the next drag. This soldier is the highlight of the day for me, he thinks. This little stick right here.
They really don't like us here. And the mouth on that kid, Kuno. It's different in land, in Jamrock and the GRIH.
Pulls on the cigarette. Why are they like this?
It's our fault for leaving this place to the dogs, to the Union, to the company. Not daring to come here more often. It's like I told you, this place is an orphan, fallen between the cracks.
And in Jamrock and the GRIH?
We run this city. West of the river is RCM land.
It looks at the dark silhouette of the equestrian monument cutting into the night sky.
It's incredibly hard. Human beings are... But we are in control, and it's worth it. The organization works. Our systems work. If they didn't, the city would disintegrate.
Hope our investigation will help improve the situation here. At least do some good. We won't change anything here.
Me too. But I wouldn't count on any drastic changes in our lifetimes.
He is very tired, but the dark circles under his eyes make him look younger, not older.
Thank you for this.
Yeah, it's getting very cold now. Let's go.
He puts out the stub of his cigarette and looks to the door. The door. There it is. Night-night. See you in the morning, Kim. Bye.
The window stands broken in its frame.
Oh,
Cold wind blows in.
it's been here a while. The lights are on.
The shards face outward. Whatever broke this window came from the inside.
Did I break it with my own hands? Look at
A
them.
fine web of scarring covers the back of your right hand, but none of it is recent.
What did this then?
More likely a projectile than a held object. There are no fragments on the floor from pulling a tool back in after impact.
Wait, what am I doing?
Something you've done before.
Okay.
It is too large for a bullet, yet too small for a piece of furniture. You're looking for something heavy and larger than your fist. The shoe you found on the balcony fits the hole almost as well as your foot. It would have also been heavy enough if thrown with force. Congratulations. You smashed the window with your own shoe.
Maybe it wasn't me. Maybe I had a good reason for it. Maybe I was trying to hit someone. What a stupid thing to do.
You mean someone else took your shoe off and smashed the window with it?
Yeah.
This person also forced the drinks on you. And maybe, just maybe, you succeeded. We'll never know. Or maybe you were trying to smash your own reflection in the window pane.
Shut up, Inland Empire. No one asked you.
Lonesome, long way home. Here we go. Home awaits. Walk past Station 41 and through the market, past the Boogie Street spearhead to the other side of the lake, the frozen eye at the center of the district. Then past the video rental store on the corner. There, at the end of a street lined with pine trees, a small house no larger than a matchbox. 11 Voyager Road. You no longer live there. Those times are gone. And so are those people. Why did you come here? Why are you still here? And where's the dealer? You have to get back to work. That's all you have now.
I can see why this one has negative points on it. Oh, that's pretty good. Hold on. Learning cap for perception raised to 5. Speed gives +1 psi. Wait, that's really good. Hold on. Time out a minute. I just realized that speed generally increases your yellow stats. But this one increases your yellow and purple. Okay, so lonesome long way home. All right. This is perception to 5. It's yellow, right? Nope. Sorry, I'm running a spreadsheet with all of the thoughts here, seeing what their bonuses are. So yeah, it's kind of like Cop of the Apocalypse, which basically made Peralodon or acid. It made your psyche go up by an additional 1. So all right, that's cool. That's cool. So meth, we're gonna be doing a lot of meth in this run. Fun times.
The fan stands still.
Okay, there's Beb. We don't need to go there yet.
A mirror hangs on the bathroom wall. In it, your face, adorned with the expression.
I'm gonna go check in with Joyce. See how the world's actually not yet. We're gonna do one more thing before we go there. One more thing. The ledger that's damaged and has no other.
The worn map features The letter you found in the trash. A cabbage of papers hanging from
Not the
board
ledger of hatred and
with the
regret just
permeables
yet.
drawer inside. It's barely held together by a clip, then made complete by the faint smell of urinal cleaner. Oh, and an incredibly cool piece of kitchen tissue is stuck to the back.
Damn. Okay, so we got case files. I'm not going to do that yet. So yeah, even though Kim goes to bed at like normal people hours, Harry can stay up until a lot later, until about 2. So we're gonna use some of that extra time right now. Joyce, let's chat.
You're back. Good. What can I help you with? That's the man who was killed. I'm afraid this is a discussion for once we've cleared the lynching question.
Do you know something about the tattoos?
Better not tie the 4th day to the Bat's day on this. I hope there is something else I can help you with.
She wants to answer the question. Protocol keeps her from it.
Fine. More questions about
lessons in
reality.
Basic reality? My favorite part of the day. Go ahead, ask me anything.
What times are these?
These are unimportant times, Detective. You and I were born after the dust had settled. 1,000th of a second too late.
Too late for what?
For the big time.
Her eyes light up. There's a flash of teeth. What's the big time?
The revolution.
Ha! And what is this revolution I keep hearing about?
It's quite easy. Every 100 years or so, our species gets together to decide what's next. Who gets shot in the head, and who gets the mineral rights. It's a real kerfuffle.
Kerfuffle! Alright, who got shot in the head?
Those would be the communists. Generally speaking, 40 million people got shot in the head during the World Revolution. But the communists, they all got shot in the head. Oh, and the anarchists too. They shot them well. So well, one forgets they even existed.
Did the communists and the anarchists shoot back?
Did they ever? Before they got shot themselves, they shot 2 million people.
Truly a kerfuffle. That's a tragedy. Sounds like they should have shot more people in the head then.
Yes. The Insulindian deluge, they call it.
I had a deluge too, in my head. Point at your little head. Anyone else get shot in the head on the opposing side?
Oh, lots of people. Even the king got shot in the head, or thrown beneath a horse, or drowned. Accounts differ. It was unceremonious. Just as well, he wasn't actually the king. Just the king's nephew. The real king abdicated and lived out a long and productive life as a venture capitalist in Grad.
Smart king, cowardly king. I love that king. Fucking communists. I don't care about kings. Tell me one more thing.
About head shooting.
Shut. Not a moralist response. Well, whatever. I've been avoiding fascists really well this time. That's cool. Who got the mineral
The liberals
rights?
got the mineral rights. And by mineral rights, I mean everything.
Okay, and by liberals you mean...
Liberals are usually middle-class people, Detective. Or the remaining gentry. The beneficiaries of the pre-revolutionary arrangement.
Oh yeah, what's the arrangement?
Some were rich enough to stay with the Constitution, with monarchy. Big mistake. Others bet on the revolution. They were called the ultras, or ultra-liberals. They fared well.
How did the liberals win it all?
They didn't win so much as survive. We were the last ones standing when the war ended. Everyone else got shot in the head, remember?
We. She's one of them. Of course.
Easy there, Rhetoric. Alright, if everyone got shot, who was there to surrender to?
To foreign intervention. The coalition. Those people really took the mineral rights.
Wait, you just said the liberals already took everything.
The Liberals took everything that wasn't nailed to the ground. The Coalition took the ground. The ocean, the laws, and the people.
Who are the
The
coalition?
Coalition of Nations. Grad, Mesk, Vesper, Messina, Oranje, and Sur-la-Clay. The armed center of the world. They landed here and ended the revolution. It was the moralist thing to do.
There is bitterness in her voice, tempered with understanding. She is critical, but ultimately understands the cause.
Moralist, question mark.
The moralists believe in keeping everything exactly the way it is. They believe in mineral rights, and not shooting people in the head. At least not in the same manner and volume as the others do. They are the long-standing provisional rulers of Revachol now, the coalition government. This is their zone of control. They embolden the RCM with crumbs of the same law they took. Technically speaking, you are a moralist.
I don't think I'm a moralist, man. Not just technically, practically as well. I like what I've heard about these people. If picking the option that doesn't commit to anything, then hell yes, I am, and also not.
An almost endearingly moralist standpoint. It must be hard to take a moderate approach to head shooting in your line of work.
When was this kerfuffle?
The turn of the century revolution? Don't answer it. It's a trick question. The revolution began in '02 on the Isla of Grad, though by the end, nearly the whole world had gotten involved.
Who started it?
It wasn't a who, but a what. A pandemic of Zarat, a particularly virulent prion disease, which the authorities in Grad proved unable to contain. Then Marzolf came along and overthrew the government.
What did this Tazaroth do?
It made people overthrow their governments.
Wow, really? No way.
Of course not. It was a highly infectious microorganism that destroyed brain tissue. The actual causes of the revolution were material. The pandemic only provided the spark.
Oh, where did it spread from there?
From Revachol and Grad? Not far. The world managed to cauterize itself. Marzolf's government was overthrown in '08, and the coalition crushed the Revachol commune 2 years later. It was the end.
What came next?
Why? You and I, officer. Our lives in the zone of control.
Something tells you her life and yours are not that similar. Maybe it's because she has a boat and you have that necktie? A pair of pants?
Our lives are very different from each other.
No doubt. But we share the same time and position on the planet's crust. That counts for more than you think.
What's the zone of control?
A city-state divided into free market zones under the everlasting interregnum of the Coalition of Nations. And you, of course, the citizens' militia.
The clatter of typewriter keys fills the main hall of the reappropriated silk mill. Precinct 41. Chad Tilbrook presses enter. Outside, Officer Elfboy Williams slams the door of an armored motor carriage.
The zone of control is the third incarnation of Revachol, after the failure of the suzerain and the commune.
What happened to the rest of the world?
Modernity. They developed the marvels of the inter-eastlery communication, telematic milieus, radiation, colored plastics. Meanwhile, in Revachol West, the aftermath continues for the 5th decade.
51 minus 8 equals 43.
Wait, you're saying it's been like this for 43 years?
Time flies.
What have we been doing in all this time?
The 20s saw a decade of urban war, west of the river leveled, offshore platforms in flames. Still, it's regarded as an improvement on what came before. '08 to '19 was simply hell.
And after that?
The 30s? Things settled down in the 30s. Revachol East transformed itself into the world's largest tax haven, with the international community's blessing. For the first time in a long time, it seemed like things were going somewhere.
And that's when they discovered disco.
Yes, and quantitative easing. It was a market mirage, unfortunately. The 40s dispelled it. An Isola-wide hangover, you might say. So, here we are.
She curtsies.
Welcome to reality, baby.
I don't want to be in reality anymore.
For her to be where she is, Wild Pines Group must have picked the right side.
Yeah. Oh, that is a done task. Hooray. Which side is the Wild Pines Group on?
They picked the winning side. That's why they're here, and others are not.
Y'all lucky.
Perhaps it wouldn't have turned out that way had I been in charge. I might have bet on the king and led the Pines to doom.
You would have sided with the king?
I would have sided with the cannons. If you'd seen the calibers of the things, you might have too. Perhaps it's better I was born when I was. 10 of the 14 Indo tribes got it wrong. Feld, Kupri, Tricentennial. So I suppose I would have been in good company.
What would you have done differently?
Good question. What would you have done differently?
I asked you, who are you in all this? I would have sought a medical solution. Sounds like Sarath drove those people mad. Would have killed more, 400 million if that's what it took. I would have positioned myself very precisely. I would have made it out with the mineral rights. I don't know what I would have done differently.
You and everyone else. But that's got nothing to do with preventing the revolution. Oh well. What was, I guess.
Oh, that was the ultra-liberal option, damn it. Enough about the times.
They are what they are. Who knows? An afterbloom may yet come. Anyway, enough sentimentality. Is there anything else you want to know?
Not so fast. Who is she in all this? Ask her who she is. She owes you an answer.
What is this acute encephalopathy?
It's a neurological disorder caused by a lack of vitamin B in the brain. Symptoms include a retrograde amnesia. It's quite serious. You should get yourself checked out.
She conveys it in short, cold bursts, trying not to invest too deeply in the condition of this doomed detective. In case he goes down later, souring the entire portfolio.
I know you've got a lot riding on me. I won't let you down.
It's not just me, Detective. All of Martinez has placed its chips on your success. I pray we've all bet wisely.
What causes encephalopathy? I got it. Let me ask something else.
Well, it's either bariatric surgery or long-term alcohol use.
Oh, it's probably from surgery then. It's definitely the
She
drinking.
nods slowly.
I kind of wish I could see what I'm wearing. I want to know what you are. She hums.
She won't maneuver her way out of this one.
What are you?
I am the vilest of the vile. A traitor. A devourer of nations and infants.
I assume that's metaphor?
I am
Question
an
mark?
ultra.
Oh.
She raises the corner of her mouth, smirking, revealing a canine.
Wait, what's an ultra? Dios mio, draw across. A liberal. Cool, I liberate pretty hard myself. I don't understand. What's so vile about that?
An ultra-liberal. It's a type of liberal. From the revolution. It's, not the moderate kind. Yes. I am the nether creature of the Forbidden Swamp. I pushed the king under a shit wagon and betrayed the revolution. My kind surrendered the nation to financial colonists. I can see you thought our kind were all extinct. After all, no sane person identifies as this anymore. Not in broad daylight. I can see we're not so different, you know. Tell me, now that I've uncoiled
I'll have a
myself.
strong feeling on this one
Do you
way or the
find
other.
me frightening?
In her green eyes, you see a mixture of truth and self-satire. Decades of guilt and pride.
You're a monster. I forgive you. I forgive you, but only because you're charming. I don't care.
A fitting punishment. To be forgotten, if not forgiven. Save a prayer for us in our chateaus on Ozon and in Stella Maris. When the dust settled, the Liberals were the only ones left to clean up the mess. By virtue of their survival, they were handed enormous power to shape the future. This was all our last generation managed.
Would you have done something differently?
With due respect to our overlords, the eternal caretaker government that keeps Martinez a monument to the efficacy of its artillery, I would not have relinquished sovereignty to the Coalition. Not here in Martinez, and not in the Stella Maris or Delta Beachheads either. If not for my own sake.
She realizes her small, cold fists are clenched. She loosens them.
Then for my daughters. We had an obligation to defend our sovereignty. We should have burned the whole Isla down rather than let them have it.
Dark orange flames reflect in her green eyes. An oil fire on the ocean.
I'm gonna get some fascist points here if I'm not careful.
Yes, I suppose I am. But I wouldn't be a patriot anywhere but here. Yes. Whatever else I am, I'm also a mother. And a wife. Now, shall we return to reality?
No. What's this?
A bird? A Svenicid? A flightless bird of the polar regions?
Keep guessing.
Some sort of krill hunter? No, wait. You're an ancient ruin. A symbol of hubris and decay. Half submerged in some salty sea.
Are you saying I'm ruined?
Of course you're not, my dear. I'm just terrible at guessing games.
Oh, okay. Well, what's this place here?
Ah. This is the pier of Rue de Saint-Ghislaine, 33A, where the tenants have been kind enough to rent me a slot. Or two.
What is the Rue de Saint-Ghislaine, 33A?
A pre-revolutionary tenement. Old buildings are called tenements, you see. And new buildings, bâtiments. After les bâtiments nouveaux. But 33A and 33B are not nouveaux. They're old.
She looks up at the crumbling facade.
This one used to be 8 to 10 stories tall. A real high-rise by the standards of the last century. Built to mirror the skyscrapers across the bay in the Delta. That was before the war, of course.
Who lived in them?
Mostly the urban middle class, I believe. This was once primo real estate, before the cannons lopped 4 or 5 stories off. Splat, splat.
From a dilapidated balcony, Cindy the Skull gives Joyce the evil eye, her red paintbrush held to her throat.
You could be wrong. But from here it appears as if she's running the brush across her throat in a soaring motion.
Wonderful.
What is that? Point to Cindy the Skull.
The girl in the old lady rags.
Yes.
Looks like a sullen and rebellious member of a teen infraculture.
Infraculture?
Yes. You and I belong to the supraculture. We're common, the herd. The music on the radio, the food in the chain restaurant, those are all too popular for the girl in the old lady rags. She prefers a fantasy world, an infraculture with its own dress code and vernacular. It is an illusion, I'm afraid. There is no refuge from the supraculture.
Okay, now explain the same thing, but to a child. I understand everything. Make it more complicated somehow.
I can't. That's how simple it is. One may dye their hair green and wear their grandma's coat all they want. Capital has the ability to subsume all critiques into itself. Even those who would critique capital end up reinforcing it instead. All right. What next?
Okay, I think we can do the what is reach for something fundamental.
What is all of this? The scent, the sound, the
What world is this?
What world? The only one, I suppose. The world of matter. And its pale antipode.
The camera of her mind glides over the surface of the water.
What do you see?
Great bodies of water. Forest-covered surfaces. Clusters of light where the cities lie. You've seen the montage. We all have. This world is enough.
She concludes.
There is a term of endearment they coined for it. In the DeLorean century, when humanity was high on this world, discovering more and more of it, these archipelagos included.
What is it?
Elysium.
That's almost the name of the game. Elysium. The world needs a term of endearment. This world does not deserve a term of endearment.
It does.
No, must be nice.
There are those who would call it hell.
What is hell?
A term of hatred that originates, like many such things, with the Mesk petro-fascists.
I don't feel like I've got the whole picture yet. I've got a clear picture. Let's proceed to another term.
Oh, you want a picture of the world? There is no complete set yet, dear. They're having some trouble reaching orbit.
How come?
Great things are difficult to achieve. For now, we're viewing the world from the inside, sideways.
Inside sideways? What shape is this world then?
We used to think it was a sphere, but that is beginning to look less and less likely by the day. You wouldn't know it from the tabloids, but the ORG nations have been launching weather balloons into the lower ionosphere since the 30s.
ORG. Occident Revachol Grad.
Thanks, Encyclopedia.
There's a steadily increasing
I
trickle
knew the
of
G was
images.
Grad. I thought the O was
Between the
Orania.
big three scientific contributors, they're piecing together a dark grey corona.
A dark gray corona.
Yes. Pale covers 72% of the surface. There are grey flares and prominences, even arcs above entire isolas. The images are blurry, but if there was a sphere in there, it certainly looks like it fractured a long time ago.
A cold fear seeps into you.
Oh my god, wait. What the hell are you telling me? The pale, and what do you mean by corona?
You seem to be spooked. Please don't be.
Her voice becomes homely, calm. She lets a moment pass. So basically, we're on a planet that got shattered. Yay! The pale, and what do you mean corona?
They say there is a rarefied envelope of matter surrounding the darkened disk of our planet. That is, if we are still living on a planet. Or, to speak more plainly, imagine vast swathes of land disrupted by nothingness. I am sorry, dear. It must sound quite terrifying through the acute encephalopathy. Even scientific positivism isn't entirely convinced about what we're dealing with here. But this is one of the greatest questions of our time. Maybe when they get the complete set together, it will jolt us out of our rut, bring us together, however naive it may sound.
Fractured corona doesn't feel like it's going to bring anyone together. Okay, and then everything will be okay.
You have misimagined it. I don't have the power to convey to you the effect and geometry of the images that depict our world from below low orbit. It's like the crowning of the world. It's insane. Very disco. You'd love it.
Doesn't sound like any kind of disco I'd like to go to.
But you already have.
Uh-oh.
And you're doing just fine. Despite the rubble.
Suddenly, you're conscious of yourself standing there, on whatever this all is. Your arms hang down by your sides.
What is pale?
The pale is not, technically speaking, part of reality. It is the opposite of reality.
Okay, but what is it? A definition. Got it. Tell me something else then.
Okay. The pale is the most dominant geological feature of the world, Detective. The separative tissue between the islas. It is the inter-islary mass.
Okay, and what is an isla?
Isla is a Messinian word for a continent of matter, enveloped on all sides by the pale. Also, isolation, or landmass. We used to believe there was only one. In the last 4 centuries, we have discovered 7. Windy, Seol, Samara, Ilmara, Grad. Cutler, and this, Insulinde.
An Insulinde is?
An oceanic isla. It comprises mostly of water. Moindi is the largest, Cutler the coldest, Insulinde the bluest. What can I say? Each is perishing and dear.
Okay, what is the Pale like?
Achromatic, odorless, featureless. The Pale is the enemy of matter and life. It is not like any other, or anything in the world. It is the transition state of being into nothingness.
Is it here? What are its physical properties? If we're surrounded by Pale, how do you get from Isla to Isla? How much Pale is there compared to the world? Let's return to reality, please. No.
No, detective. We're safe. It begins there, 6,000 kilometers to the north, and even more to the south, east, and west. You are in the middle of the Isla.
So again, this is the Isla only. It's like at least 12,000 kilometers in diameter. This is a very large area. Much larger than Earth. Like for the whole planet.
As your gaze instinctively turns north, a small black pit opens up in your stomach.
6,000 kilometers from the end of the world. In there?
Yes. That is enough. Many cities are built much closer.
And there?
An uproar of matter, darling. Rising into the Pale. Rolling. Evaporating even. A great vision. The area of transition between the world and the Pale is called Porch Collapse. Imagine a grey coronal mist. Cold vapor marked by spores of an opportunistic microorganism. A mold that's adapted to grow at the edge of the unrest. It's the most disco thing you will ever see.
Oh, what are its physical qualities?
It's difficult to describe, or even measure. Something whose fundamental property is the suspension of properties. Physical, epistemological, linguistic. The further into Pale you travel, the steeper the degree of suspension, right down to the mathematical. Numbers stop working. No one has yet passed the number barrier. It may be impossible.
If we're surrounded by Pale, how do you get from Isla to Isla?
Oh, it is so difficult for us.
A squall of birds, hardware operating in the harbor. Firm, self-evident.
It is possible to force dimensions on the Pale. In modern times, we can even compress its latitude, bouncing radio waves from one end to the other, shortening the path. But it is still hard for humans to navigate the Pale without getting lost, or having our minds damaged.
The Pale can damage the mind?
Extensively.
How?
Some say the damage stems from extreme sensory deprivation. Others argue that Pale somehow consists of past information that's degrading, that it's rarefied past, not rarefied matter. They call it the blend over of the self. The Pale does not only suspend the laws of physics, but also the laws of psychology, maybe history even. The human mind becomes over-radiated by past.
Who says and who argues?
Who says and who argues?
The logical positivists say, the dialectical materialists argue.
What does this over-radiation feel like?
It feels terrible. Absolutely terrible. International standards strictly limit civilian travelers to 6 days of Pale exposure per year.
It's more for her. Way more.
You're not a civilian passenger.
No nameless detective of the Citizens Militia. I am a member of the Entropanetic Business Class. I'm cleared and trained for 22 days of Pale transit annually.
Perhaps that explains her strange pining after the revolution. Some degraded early memories.
Are you over-radiated?
Up to my gills, officer.
What is entroponetic?
Entropanetics is the scientific study of the Pale, or a recent iteration of it by way of grad. The study of the Pale reaches back 6,000 years. The Pericarnassians called it the Western Plain.
They had not traveled the entire circumference of the Pericarnassian Super E-Solar. It was not merely in the west, it was everywhere, even then, surrounding them.
Did they cross it, the Western Plain?
There are signs of pre-modern crossings. Successful navigation of the Pale relies not just on technical know-how, but intensive psychological preparation. Some of these tactics have been known for thousands of years.
What has intraplanet change then?
Nothing. We remain powerless before the Pale. The only real advance in Pale transit is the speed with which an aerostatic craft can pierce it. Less exposure leads to less effects later.
Aerostatic craft?
Hybrid airships, Detective. Conventional rotors or jet engines no longer add velocity after the point of reference for motion is suspended, once you've crossed from near Pale to far Pale. In essence, we throw them in and they come out the other end. If we throw them precisely.
If we do not?
Then they don't.
Okay.
Gone, like a skipping stone beneath the surface.
How much Pale is there compared to the world?
The Pale outweighs reality 2 to 1. There is more Pale than there is matter, and the ratio is slipping.
Slipping how? To our detriment, or?
What do you think, Detective?
There's more and more Pale.
Precisely. One of the few measurable effects of the Pale is that it is expanding at an unknown rate. An intuitive conclusion of that development is that one day the Pale will cover everything. But this sort of talk is mostly left to extremists.
It's not extreme at all. It's gonna happen. Cover everything. That can't be. Where would we go? Stay silent.
Most people, and indeed most private and government sector organizations, entire civilizations and religions even, find handy ways to ignore or downplay that knowledge. I suggest you do the same.
Off we go. You see the hanged man's mouth open.
If we go into the wild Pale yonder.
One and all. They say Pale is death, but for the universe.
Why should we just leave, and the world get left behind?
Let's return to reality.
Yes, sweet reality. But before we do, tell me, Detective, is this the first time you're hearing this? Do you really not remember anything?
Nothing, just alcohol fumes and blackouts. Sometimes I get vague shadows of a past and it's not good. I'm getting a sense of who I am, but no, I didn't know this.
Beyond curious. Tell me, what do you think of the Pale?
It's terrifying, you're right, it's disco, it'll end all life. That we should continue to persist at all is a testament to our faith in one another. It's an advance that can only be stopped with immediate, total, ruthless communism. It's a powerful anti-communist force, perhaps too powerful, but still they have it coming. I'm worried, I have to say, it doesn't sound very liberal to me. I don't know how you've survived, you've all survived with it. It's a huge accomplishment. Who am I to think of anything of it?
Mm-hmm.
Her eyes tense. Crow's feet radiate from them. She observes you, your bloodshot eyes and swollen face.
You really didn't know. This does not spell good for the investigation, Detective. If you don't know
Thanks,
even
Joyce.
This, then...
She stops mid-sentence. I'll handle it. It's under control. This investigation will be my masterpiece, the one they remember me by. Yes, I'm in serious trouble here. It'll be a fucking disaster, I know. All the people will die.
I hope so. I truly do. If I may suggest, hold on to your colleague, Kitsuragi. I ran a check on him and he is very competent. In the meanwhile...
Some of that assurance is meant for herself, as much as it's meant for you. She must have a lot on the line here.
You have me. I will assist you in any way I can, even if we have to do it one basic term at a time. Glad to have been of assistance.
Okay, do I have any gear that increases esprit de corps? And or do I have it equipped already? Froggy hat, esprit de corps. Okay. I've got it all equipped already. Esprit de Corps I have not upgraded at all yet, so... Yeah, we can take this, this red check.
You're back. Good. What can I help you with? More lessons in basic reality? My favorite part of the day. Go ahead, ask me anything.
It remains a mystery what you mean by this something close. This isn't about you. It's about reality.
Glad to have been of assistance.
We tried. Alright, I guess we could read a story out of the ledger or something. Or look at room 10. I mean... I don't know where room 10 is. Honestly, we should have Kim for this anyways.
A plaster cast. Honestly, he does kind of look like you after all.
What now?
It's a little bit late to be working.
It is.
She breathes in and out to the count of 3. It looks like some special stress release technique before
Everyone
she continues.
says the real estate agents don't do anything. But here I am in the middle of the night cleaning out someone's crash pad. So the sooner we get this over with, the better. Of course.
She pauses a swallow. Eyes remain glazed over. She's still waiting for you to leave. Alright.
What happened here?
Can't foreclose on an apartment with a hole in the wall. This looks so sad.
It will still be accessible through the apartment next to it. That one didn't have a door. Sadly, nothing of great value remains here.
Except the stuff in the fridge.
Indeed.
Must have gotten it already.
Give me a moment.
Ah, I didn't find any counterculture people in apartment 10. It's just a real estate agent setting up the room for new tenants.
I see. I hope some good people are finally going to move in. This place needs them.
Yes, radio computer wizards are coming. They're going to save the place and the economy. No one is coming. There will be nothing but squalor unless we start killing real estate agents. Lacks women and sexual deviance. That's who will come spit. I'm sure everything will be fine. The apartment building needs slow change. Imperceptibly slow.
Yes. Well. I hope they're good people.
Your statements are too vague to comment on.
You're too vague to comment on. Alright. I think I'm gonna start shimmying my way back to the... Wait, do I really have only one stat increase on my my thoughts? Yes. Okay. Okay. You know what? Let's finally move on to day 2 once I read my ledger for a little bit. Gotta make the most of the time we have, right? Actually, hold on. Let's annoy Kim. Ha 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 ha. Fine.
It's the ledger you found in the trash. Oh, and an incredibly cool piece of kitchen tissue is stuck to the back.
Stupid long, lonesome way home. Sabotaging my rolls. It totally makes sense why that one sabotages this roll, because basically Long and Lonesome Way Home is him wandering to his old house that he had with his ex-wife. And the compartment on the ledger has some artifacts from that time of his life. They kind of mess him up a little bit. Anyways, let's read a case file.
It takes about half an hour to piece one together, using the system you've devised. Which one do you want?
Oh, let's just start from the top.
This one is relatively easy to reconstruct. Overnight on 1202, a graffito, nay, a mural, appears on an 8-story tenement overlooking central Jamrock. The building is a sparsely inhabited ghost tower, part of a failed real estate development called Grand Couronne. Cause of failure: rent too high. The mural is enormous. 2 silhouettes, a man and a woman, are kissing. The text cut into their form reads, "True love is possible only in the next world. For new people, it is too late for us. Wreak havoc on the middle class. People call it that thing and that fucking thing. It's visible for miles. In 2 days, the station's complaints desk gets clogged with requests to remove the bummer. You and your partner are assigned to the case." The graffito crew is easy to track down. Only the bell lectures have the literage of industrial paint to cover the surface. One of the graffito artists is rumored to be rich. They take responsibility for the execution, but not the design. The ideologue of the Next World mural, as the crew calls it, remains an unknown.
Wait, do I ever find out who came up with it?
The case files do not show you finding the author of the design. The crew agrees to clean up after themselves. However, your partner, JV, is against the removal, citing public support for conservation. This leads to a debate in Precinct 41, which then spreads to the streets of Jamrock, ending in a rare plebiscite organized by you and the rest of Row 3. The 9,000 people subjected to the mural's message, all of Lakeside, Central Jamrock, and Villa Lobos, plus half of the eminent domain, participate in the vote. Although the case begins with what appears to be a lot of rambling on the streets as to how juvenile and stupid the mural is, given a choice between 2 options.
Remove the mural, it is wrong. Keep the mural, it is right.
A staggering 78% of voters choose to keep it. Turns out the opposition were a loud minority, and that love truly is possible in the next world for new people, and it is too late for us.
All that remains is to wreak havoc on the middle class. Middle class are not to be blamed. It is human nature. I like it, but can't we wreak havoc on other nations? I must have voted and possibly even lobbied to remove the thing because I don't believe in that rubbish one bit.
No one cares what you believe in, man with the smelly toilet ledger. What do you want to tackle next?
It's kitchen
Or are we
tissue.
done?
Let's go for the unsolvable
AKA
case.
Leslie and Burke. AKA the public indecency drunk and the property damage drunk is a cursed case. It has been passed from unsuspecting officer to unsuspecting officer for 10 years. On January 29, the unsolvable case made its way to you. Why you accepted it, it is unclear. Every officer, and indeed most civilians in Jamrock, know it's unsolvable. You were so drunk, you didn't remember what it was when you signed on. That, or you were high. Leslie will always take his pants off when he's drunk. Burke will always trash everything. It's just what they do. It is their nature. You cannot change the nature of a man, and you can't lock them away because public indecency and small-scale property damage are not punishable by incarceration. The only way for Leslie to stop flashing his genitals to bypassers and for Burke to stop dismantling signage and rear-view mirrors would be for them to stop drinking alcohol, which, in their 40s or 50s, it's hard to tell because of their distorted features, is a medical improbability on par with you ceasing to produce the expression.
Can we just keep them off the streets?
You would think that, but you're wrong. Where's the fun in exposing your genitals or breaking stuff in your own home? No, Leslie and Burke are on the corner of Main Street and Perdition, because that's where the action is. Can you keep yourself off the streets?
Fair enough. Proceed.
Threatening, fines, dragging them to the station, locking them up in the hellholes they live in, locking them up in the station, hypnotherapy, even trying to get the local gang of Zemyaki to take them out. The Zemyaki gave them ethanol, so Burke and Leslie would expose and rampage even harder. You tried it all, and still the complaints wouldn't stop, as they hadn't stopped for 10 years. It's plain to see from the files that you, Satellite Officer JV, and Special Consultant TH had more important cases to attend to. You uncover cross-reference to several ongoing investigations, each brought to a standstill every time you drive down Main Street. Because there they are, on the corner of Perdition. And what is Leslie doing?
Hold on. Let's remember. Leslie takes his pants off.
Good, you're learning. If the files are to be trusted, that's all there is to it. That and Burke breaking things, and the fact that they're both drunk. But then again, so are you. The case becomes considerably less comic one day, when Burke takes a swing at your ledger. He must have it confused with the property he likes to damage. But the joke's on him. The officer is also drunk. Way more drunk than Burke there. And let's be fair, you also have party eyes. You slam the hardened plastic board in his face, then proceed to beat him unconscious with it. In the process, the ledger sustains damage. The compartment within, reserved for permeable documents, is jammed shut. You stop your assault on the now unconscious Burke to open it, but are unable to do so. The officer began to cry, reports Leslie, who, at this point, is tending to Burke. He came at us, and at us. I think he was trying to kill Burko. While trying to kill Burko, you slowly come around. The permeables compartment is open. You've smashed it open on poor Burko's kneecaps. The good news is, Burke can't walk anymore. Can't get out of his apartment, an invalid. With Burke to tend to, Leslie cuts back on the indecent exposure. Maybe he flashes his genitals to Burke, who knows, but both drunks are off the street. The complaints stop. The unsolvable case is solved. Which is also why the officer responsible narrowly escapes a disciplinary hearing. The end. Do you want to read another one?
No, I'm good.
Not much has changed in the meanwhile.
Oh!
A bunch of sodden papers still sags from the clipboard.
I didn't realize that got me bonus points for this check, so I don't need to dump another point into interfacing yet.
Just relax.
Yeah,
The
let's
two
take some
sides
morale
of the
damage.
board are
Alright, anyway.
slightly misaligned, like a drawer that's come off the slides. All you need to do is bend the plastic on your knee, slowly. The slides snap back into place. It should be possible to just, you know.
Slide the drawer open? Sure. Wait, no, somehow I don't want to. Fuck no, put the ledger away. Nope.
Without resistance
Emotional
or sound,
damage.
the two panels move against each other. The compartment is now open.
What's inside?
2 ticket stubs and a handmade postcard.
Pick up the ticket stubs. Pick up the card. Proceed. Fucking kill yourself, you asshole. Close the permeables compartment.
2 octopuses are smiling, reaching their tentacles toward each other in the colored pencil drawings. The tickets permit access to the zoo in Revachol East. The aquarium costs extra. These let you go there, too. The words just crossed your mind somehow.
What are they for?
Who do you think? Thin wax paper has been glued to a piece of cardboard. Sounds like leaves rustling when you pick it up. You see violet flowers, floral patterns, patches of glue.
Smell it first.
It smells of chewing gum, apricot flavored. Exactly like the gum wrapper you found. The same brand of chewing gum.
Open it.
Familiar handwriting lines the inside of the card. Looped, round letters in a woman's hand. A young woman in her 20s. There is care, effort, and a smile, you think. Although that is not something you can read from someone's handwriting. Harry, it begins. You're already reading. I wanted to write you a letter so you can read it when you wake up. Maybe it will make you happy. Throw it away, please.
But it will make me happy.
Outside, you hear the wind howl. A sudden gale blows in from Martinez, flapping street signs and window blinds.
Come outside.
Far
What?
away and outside, the reeds hiss with desperation. Step out.
I need to boost shivers, by the way. It's not that high. It's only 3. Anyway. Oh, and we can't get Hobocop in this one. Ah, that's a good way to get shivers. Hold on. Let's check the chart. How do we get shivers? Bow collector. Oh. That actually, I think, comes off of this set. Hobocop. Cop of the Apocalypse we're not going to get. Alright, well, we're going to have to find another way. Fair enough.
Your hand shakes, holding the card. Every morning when I step out and you're asleep behind me, it says, I find a little piece of sadness in me. I carry it in my chest, down Voyager Road. Every step I take, it grows. By the time I reach the fuel station, it has filled me entirely. I step onto the light rail and look back. Sparks fall from the bow collector. I know it will be like this until late afternoon, when I get off the 42 and walk back to you.
Keep reading.
You. Every step I take will get lighter. It almost makes me run. Sometimes I do. I can't believe I met you. I can't believe the happiness I feel with you. You have a vast, vast soul, and I will always, always, always come back to it. Kisses, kisses, kisses. You feel the air sucked out of your lungs and the blood sucked out of your head. Everything around you gets dark. Small white dots appear. You feel the ledger slip from your hand. No, hold on.
Hold
To
on.
what? There's nothing.
Damn it, endurance, you led me on. Thump. Totally game over, winky face. Begin. The real game starts now.
There is nothing. Again.
Just lie there, passed out.
Well, almost nothing. There is the ground below you. That's still there. And the small light that's on, fluttering, somewhere in the basal ganglia.
Who dat?
That's me. Blue eyes, that's me.
And who was that?
Who was what?
He speaks of the sickening longing, the unwell emotion. Even in the darkness, he's grasping for it. Still trying to hold on to the great sorrows slipping in the water. Slimy.
Yeah, that's the stuff. No, I was cool. I'm cool.
Here in the paleo-mammalian cortex, we call it the shadow. Because it's always there.
Ooh, white morning. Nice.
Tell him. Tell him.
Ah, yes. In the olfactory system, they call it the apricot chewing gum scented one. It's unhealthy of them to linger on it so. But as they say, what do you do?
Okay, so the apricot chewing gum scented one is a pretty good thought. That's perception +2. We can do better.
It didn't smell nice. It smelled like betrayal.
Was that the X something? The
Bloated corpse of the past resurfacing.
yeah, that.
Don't prod at it. It will start moving again.
Where's Voyager Road?
There is no Voyager Road. There are no roads, no houses, no lights in the windows. It's all on pause.
Damn it! Internal brain quit gaslighting me. It totally exists. Enough. Just lie there motionless.
You think they would let you? Until you disintegrate into biomolecules? No.
I'm kind of trying to remember
Someone
White
is
Morning.
breathing on your face now, inspecting your pupils, stupid idiot.
Oh, that's not bad. All right, maybe. Oh, my sound is echoing? That sucks. Is it my microphone that's all fucky right now? Or is it like the game audio too? Oh, just my voice. Alright. Let me take a look. I'll unplug and replug in. Surely that will work. Oh, it fixed? Okay, cool. Well, thanks for letting me know. Good looking out. Alright, what are we doing? Idiot face, not coming back. What is that? It's cold.
Yes.
There we go.
They're pouring something on you. It's in you. And
It's delicious.
Delicious.
Glowing lights on a dashboard emerge out of nothingness.
Where am I?
In the upholstered cabin of Lieutenant Kitsuragi's motor carriage, seated in the driver's basket. The air is thick with leatherworks and heavy fuel oil. Cold water runs down your chin.
Drink. Water.
You're back. Drink. No, I don't wanna.
No drink.
Okay.
The water is cold, silvery, the stuff of life itself, as it pours down your parched throat.
Yeah,
The
that one caught me
pounding
out a
in
couple
your
of times
The
too.
darkness parts.
Whenever you open the ledger, you kind of have a fake out game reset. Good times.
Drink. You haven't drunk water in 2 days. Did you know the human body is not made to survive on alcohol alone? You need a secondary form of hydration.
Okay, I'll drink.
With greedy gulps, you down half a liter of cold water. Some of it spills on the driver's seat. The lieutenant pays no heed to it.
What happened?
I should ask you the same. I came in contact with the burnt out ruins of my past, Lieutenant. I was dehydrated, it won't happen again. Fuck it, start climbing out of the motor car.
There was a call on the shortwave. Officer passed out in Martinez. I had a feeling it would be you. I'm glad I got here in time.
Yeah, it's interesting. I guess that's what happens whenever you do it when Kim's not around. Because I think in the past I've opened the ledger when he was around, and he just dragged me to this car and got water. For this one, we got a report that you were, like, in bad shape. How long was I out?
I don't know. It could have been quite a while. That does sometimes happen.
He hands you the remains of your ledger.
He replies with such understanding, it's as if the burnt-out ruins of the past were an occupational hazard. Athlete's foot for cops.
I found this next to you. I'll tag along for the rest of the day if you don't mind. My business is concluded anyway. Are you okay to go?
Yeah. At
Good.
2:12 in the morning.
The Ledger of Failure and Hatred is a special item that can be used both as an interactable and a tool equipped in your held slot for skill bonuses. Find it under the Tools tab in your inventory.
Can't remember what the skill bonuses are on this one. Let's find out. I still don't know. Wait. So we get Inland Empire from it. Get something else too. Minus authority. Plus empathy. Okay.
Yes?
Alright. So it's very late, so I have a feeling that Kim is going to be like, yo, let's go to bed. Alright, white morning. See yourself from above. You're passed out on the blue tiles of the hostel room floor. Even from this distance, you can see your eyelids flutter. At the mention of what? A great white object, letting out its smell like the lily of the valley. It's the little man's forgotten name. But he still remembers the feeling. And look, he moves. The feeling animates him. He instinctively reaches out for the feeling's best friend, a bottle of Commodore Red. He sits in its disco clothes and gets smaller and smaller. White morning's cool. I don't know that I'm going to get it this time. I'd like to learn new thoughts. Wait, what's this? Free experience is what it is. Doors bolted. Sign reads, kitchen reserved for reserve personnel until 1300. Alright, actually bedtime. Actually bedtime.
The bed is cold and not particularly inviting, but it's yours. The sheets look awful.
In we go.
The sheets feel at once coarse and clammy against your skin. The bed sags beneath your weight as you stretch out and finally close your eyes. And then sleep.
Yep.
And then sleep doesn't come.
But I want to sleep.
Obviously, you're in bed with your eyes closed, but it's not happening.
Why?
Maybe it's the bed's fault.
Check the pillow, check the blanket, roll over to the other side.
Its synthetic filling has separated into hard lumps. The pillowcase smells oddly. Smells of alcohol and sweat, and grease. It barely covers your toes, stretching over your soft belly. This is your body here, intimate and warm, breathing. Under your thrumming eyelids, you see a dizzying array of colors. You won't get off this carousel quite so easily. It's a little better. Colors, scenes, and half-formed phrases still litter your mind. Part of you is still trying to solve the case, isn't it?
Who killed him? Who? No more thoughts. Fall asleep now.
Something to do with, what was it that the lieutenant said? Union? And it's gone again. Your thoughts lost between the slowing brain waves.
No more thoughts.
Your
Bedtime.
breathing steadies. A great silence washes over you until your eyelids twitch in your sleep and images start forming.
No, the pail is preventing me from going this way. Ah, fine. This game is so cool. The disco ball and everything.
The scent of your childhood.
What is it? I remember nothing. I was born in a hospital where people usually go to die.
What it says on the can, Harry. Answer the question. Do you remember your wife's hand on your face?
Tell me what this is. I'm not answering anything before you tell me who you are.
You know who I am. I'm the bad day. The one where you ask her, and then later in the streets, wandering. It's the worst day of all time, Harry dear. And it's coming. She will hear about it on the phone. Reality will turn into a grotesque nightmare. This will be the last thing you did to her. Tell me, do you remember the love of your life?
You said who?
Do you remember the warmth of her thighs, between her legs and in her mouth? That's right, funky baby. And you just stood there. One hand on the bottle and the other on your dick. Watching her go. Let it all be dragged away from you. Tell me, where are your friends? Human beings have friends, Harry boy. Where the hell are yours?
I can get it all back. I don't want to come back.
No, it's gone. 3 times gone and never coming back. You failed. You failed me. You failed Elysium.
What is Elysium?
Everything. The Pale and the Islas. On the surface. The outer magnetosphere. Burning, furious truth. 8,000 years of written history. You really dropped the ball, Harry. 4.6 billion people. And you failed every single one of them. You really fucked up.
Talked to you before.
No, Harry. You were just talking to yourself. That's all you ever do. Even in your dreams. And the act is wearing thin. The spots of the disco ball fade around you.
It would be interesting in this cutscene if the spots on the disco ball actually did
You'll be back
fade
in
around
those
you.
cold snakeskins in no time. Sweating up the bed.
Stinky boy.
You're not coming back from shit. Thrashing around in that high conductivity state of yours. Bumping into things and acting like a clown. Who are you kidding?
Trying to solve this case. My mind is tired and broken. Help!
You're trying to what? I can't hear you. This is just a word dream now. Jumbled up garbage. The pictures are gone. The bed rises to meet you. A thin, sleep-like state. More glass than velvet. Grinding in your head.
So something is wrong. Sleep shouldn't be this bad, this dry, this unnourishing. There's something wrong with your thoughts. Some kind of new type of hangover.
God, there's another type?
Oh yes, party boy, and it's worse than the one before. Just think of the shit you saw. Here it comes too. So soon already. A silent alarm goes off in your head like clockwork. Barely let you sleep at all. Time to get those clothes on, Harry. Time to go to work in the shit factory.
I don't want to go to work. Work's stupid. Fine, I gotta go to work.
Good going, buddy.
Oh my god, what the hell was that? I just had the most beautiful dream. Uplifting, rejuvenating. Is that how it's gonna be from now on when I close my eyes?
Oh, just a dream. You have ones like that all the time. You feel even worse this morning than you did last night.
What the hell's going on with me?
You mean, why are you so tired? Too tired and down to even think? It is worrying, isn't it?
That's right.
You can't be a detective like this. Detectives need to be able to think.
Electrochemistry is trying to get me to do drugs. Why is this happening?
It's just that your heart has finally pumped all the speed out of your system, Buster. Time to get some more. You're too weak to say no now. Waking up is the worst part. Maybe somewhere down the line you could decline.
Oh wow, we failed a medium check. Wait, what is speed?
Speed is a potent central nervous system stimulant. It kept you propped up all day yesterday, despite your debilitating hangover. How else did you think you even got up from this floor? It's power, man. It's professionalism. It makes you feel like you're young again and ready to detect. Ready to go to war against the world.
I need more of it then. Detecting is my life.
Of course. Martinez is speed central. You just gotta poke around. Follow your nose. You and Speed will be happy again. You will make her come home. This time, it will be different.
I may actually have some speed. Hold on, let me check. I do not. We have alcohol, we have Peralodon.
It's the ledger you found in the trash. A cabbage of papers hanging from the board, with the permeables drawer inside. It's barely held together by a clip, then made complete by the faint smell of urinal cleaner. Oh, and an incredibly cool piece of kitchen tissue is stuck to the back. Without resistance or sound, the two panels move against each other. The compartment is now open. It's slightly,
Oh, I thought
ever
his
so
dad was in
slightly,
here for some reason.
difficult to breathe once you've done so. The drawer is locked. Blue ink drips from the white pages in your hand. It's made of dark blue plastic, hard enough to be with your hands. You four-sized pages hang from the clip, screwed to the top of the board.
Okay.
A mirror hangs on the bathroom wall. In it, your face, adorned with the expression.
Okay, this is a good spot to take a quick break. Gotta go to the bathroom, get some water. We're gonna have ads running in a couple minutes anyways, so I'll be back in a couple minutes, guys. Stay tuned. Alright, thanks for hanging out. Let's get back to it, shall we? Alright. Beginning of day 2. Oh, looks like the Union's here. Oh man, we have so many people to talk to. Holy cow. Lena will share her secrets about cryptids. We can talk to the Union boys. Oh man. Oh, good morning.
Morning.
Gives you a quick nod.
Looks like we can get to work at once. The Union muscle turned up. They look rowdy. We should talk to them.
Why do we need to talk to them?
Everything points to the Dock Workers Union. The belt used for hanging him. The circumstances in Martinez. My preliminary information. Which may, of course, all be wrong. But we still need to talk to them. And it won't be easy.
What do you mean rowdy?
I mean ungovernable. Martinez isn't exactly enthusiastic about the RCM being here. They prefer to be policed by the Union. These men here. Men who drink beer for breakfast? There's talk of an armed wing of the Union called the Hardy Boys, who are responsible for state policing. I think it's them.
Alright, there's so many of them, maybe we should call in reinforcements.
That would just escalate tensions. No captain would sign off on it. Solving one murder isn't worth a conflict between the RCM and the Debarders Union. In fact, even the death of 2 detectives might not warrant an all-out war. So let's keep a cool head, okay?
Okay, let's roll.
One more thing before we do. We don't have to talk to them immediately. We can walk right past them, continue with our business.
But aren't you curious to know what they have to say about the murder?
I mean, kind of.
They're in no hurry to leave. They think they own the place. Anyway, I leave that choice to you. Whatever you decide is fine by me.
Tomatoes are so thinly sliced you can see right through them. Yeah, experience points. It's a boulder, spitting it, reeking of tobacco. See a hawthorn bushes outside.
Behind the dock workers, a ceiling height window. The
It's not
hawthorn
time
branches
yet.
Scrape the glass like bony fingers. There's a little slide panel up there to let some air in. No need to open it in spring. It's still too cold outside.
Okay, is there anything I need to know about here? Okay. We can talk to Thomas Hardy, but I'm not going to. Or Titus Hardy. Whoops.
Let me handle this.
The woman says to the crowd in the mess hall before turning to you.
Detective disorientated. Are you still wondering where you are? This is Martinez, in case you've forgotten. I advise you not to overstay your welcome.
Her entire character has shifted. This young woman is cold as ice.
You're the gardener. You lied to me. You're not a gardener. I just wanted to know more about this place before I check it out. That's normal.
Yes, extremely normal. I'm not a gardener, by the way. I'm a legal counselor for the Dock Workers Union.
She crosses her arms.
So let's get to it. You're looking for Titus Hardy? You think he has information that will help you? Maybe he does.
She points to the man on her right.
That's Titus. Talk to him, but know this. I'll be keeping an eye on you. No strong arming, nothing official. The District of Martinez does not recognize your authority to make arrests.
It doesn't matter if you recognize our authority. We will make an arrest if we have to.
She says nothing. Her glare speaks for her.
What's your role in all this?
Like I already told you, I'm a legal counselor. Do you have hearing problems?
No, just memory problems. What if I want to talk to you, not Titus?
What you want is of no significance,
Oh.
officer.
Rude.
Don't test your authority. In Martinez, you are no one.
What are you going to do to me? Lieutenant is not satisfied with the approach.
What are we going to do to you?
She starts laughing. It's a cold laughter devoid of
The
joy.
union isn't going to do anything to you. It is not a crime syndicate. It is a labor organization.
Goddamn right it is.
If anything, it is the RCM who do things to people. But we digress.
Why are you so aggressive?
Aggressive? You make your living enforcing violence. These people are just dock workers.
So you were spying on us, and now you represent murder suspects. Just dock workers.
Listen, you moral intern lackeys. You're a mob, enforcing the unlawful privatization of Revachol. 20 fat men in the Occident are stealing it all, and you're their bodyguards.
Fuck yeah.
The tall, broad-shouldered man takes a sip of his beer.
So ask what you came to ask, or get back to your commanders.
The world needs a financial buffer zone. No need to get emotional. Privatization is not unlawful. It's cool and funny. Maybe you're just not historic individuals? I don't know where you heard that, but it's wrong. The RCM is principled and strong, unlike you socialists. I like that. Good start. Let's take a step further. Armed uprising. What are the union's plans? Yeah, let's just do that. Let's ask questions.
No one is emotional here. Do your job. Ask your questions, then leave.
Gotta get those centrist points. Alright, I'm gonna do the thing that Kim suggested and not talk to Titus yet. We have books to read in the bookstore. Oh. Or we could hug this lady. Let's get our hug on. Wait, hold on. There's a man on the stairs. We'll talk to him first. Make my own way. It's all I have and all I will. Yeah, whatever. Whoa, 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 whoa.
The sight of bullet holes stirs something in you, making you forget the lieutenant's surname.
Kim, look! Bullet holes!
The faded marks are too degraded to draw any forensic conclusions. Just chips in the sandstone.
Where?
Point at the chips in the wall. Someone's been shot. We're cops. We should solve it.
There? Those are old.
Oh, you mean like from the Revolution? What do you mean old?
Yes, the one that happened half a century ago. Those bullets were fired during the Revolution and do not warrant an investigation by officers of civil law.
Okay, what can you tell me about this revolution?
Not much. I don't have a fresh perspective on it. Shall we go?
Okay. See a sturdy woman humming to herself. She seems to be browsing books. A good one? Point at the book.
Yes? Hello?
She nods, her attention fully focused on reading. Who are you?
Me? No one. I'm just a working class woman.
She doesn't really want to be disturbed that much. If she's such a working class woman, why isn't she working?
Shouldn't a working class woman be working? What are you doing? Have a good day.
Not all the time. Right now I'm browsing books. Even a working class woman needs something to read.
Phenomenal.
It is.
I'm a policeman.
I know you are.
Everyone can see that. The rectangles.
He points to his sleeve. Good then.
Mm-hmm.
She reverts her attention to the soggy books on the bookstand. Need the help of a policeman?
What with?
Maybe your husband is missing. Watch her browse the books. That's all for the moment.
My husband? No, he's not.
So where could he be?
I don't know. At home now? Out drinking with his friends? Working?
Where is this going, officer?
So what I'm hearing is you don't really know where your husband
Yes,
is.
but I don't really need to know where my husband is. Not all the time.
Wouldn't you like to?
No.
She looks you straight in the eye. Her foot is tapping nervously. I can totally help you find your missing husband.
Why are we still talking about this? I haven't lost my husband.
She has, though. The husband is totally lost. You should tell her that it's okay.
It's okay.
What?
It's alright not to know where your husband is. Nothing is shameful in that.
Who said anything about shame? Stop talking down to me.
She puts her
my
foot...
husband is not missing.
But he is. You can feel it. Or maybe it's something else then.
Maybe your children are missing?
No, absolutely not.
Okay, so where are they?
Are you a policeman or a nanny?
I police wherever I want. Where are
They
they?
are not missing, sir.
You know where they are. They're at home, smoking. Given the level
Alright,
of voices
let's let electrochemistry have its day.
What? That's just my daughter.
God, this interaction's so fucking unhinged.
They're with their friends down in Jamrock. There's nothing to worry about. They're almost grown up now, anyway. They're past the age they need me protecting them from everything now.
Maybe you're right. Maybe they are missing after all. Tell me something else. How old are they?
My youngest girl, Jolie, is just shy of 16. Jenny, she is turning 18 next month. But we shouldn't even be talking about them.
Can you describe their appearance? Any features that stand out? Something to make identifying a little easier.
Why do you need to know this? Haven't I repeatedly told you that they're not missing? That they're in Jamrock, safe and well, at some stupid party.
At 8 a.m.? Damn, I was quite the rager.
Did someone say party? You could use a party. Hunt it down.
I could go for a party, a killer party, not a lame-o one. Hold on.
There is no investigation here. I can tell you
Be careful
that.
with those superstar points. Actually, I don't care if I get those. Alright, anyway, maybe your cockatoo is missing. You're the cockatoo.
I don't mean to disrespect, sir, but you are being a bit of a cockatoo here.
For what it's worth, I agree. But cockatoos can't be stopped when they get ladies. It's better to indulge him at this point.
I don't even have a cockatoo. And guess what?
It's a trap. Never ever say what.
What?
Even if I had, it wouldn't be missing.
Alright, cockatoo not missing. Just wanted to be sure.
Great.
Just one more question. What do you mean by me being a cockatoo?
Nothing. Go read up on them if you're so interested.
Maybe I will.
There's a great book in the bookstore.
Maybe you should. What if the cockatoo is your astral captain? Or your heraldic bird?
Actually, that's exactly what I'm going to do. Thanks for the tip.
Wonderful. The store is open.
Her hands move over the book covers. The tips of her fingers look rough, stained with yellow. It seems like she has spent a lot of time at work, smoking.
It's all for the moment. I'll let you read.
The woman before you nods and returns to her reading.
Okay, I'm not sure which of these shelves I've looked at, if I've even looked at any of them. I looked at the map, that's right.
Hi, Ace Detective. Are you here for more books?
Okay, bye, see you around.
The display rack is brimming with worn paperbacks featuring an extremely muscular, sword-wielding barbarian on the cover. Nearly all the titles contain the word Hyundai somewhere.
So yeah, I wanted to go to the bookshop relatively early here. I meant to actually do it last night, but I left and then it closed. So, whoops. Or in the night of day one. Basically, you get a lot of kind of concepts here, like the man from Helmdall and Dick Mullen and the Tip-Top Tourney and stuff that shows up in other things. Adds more flavor to the game, if you will. Wow, more Helmdall.
Mountains of it. Heroic quantities of Hyundai. Roy's puny shirt is nothing compared to the real deal.
Look through the display of books.
Rows and rows of Hyundala men blur your vision. You make out some titles. Man from Hyundal and the Mammoth Riders. Man from Hyundal, Return to Hyundal. And the solipsistic Man from Hyundal and the Hyundal Man.
Good God, how many are there?
Maybe 100. Man from Hyundal and the sages at the end of the world. Man from Hyundal and the false god. Man from Hyundal and the scorched earth. Man from Hyundal, the Hyundal colonies. Man from Hyundal and the swamp beast. Man from Hyundal and the snow crabs.
You know, I like this narrator's voice. Let's continue.
Not even close. Man from Hyundal in hell. Man from Hyundal and the forest of slaves. Man from Hyundal under the lake. Man from Hyundal, Hyundal burning. There's even The Trial of Death, a pastoral combat game book set in the world of Hyundala Man, and so much more.
Do any of the books call out to me?
Nothing of interest. Damn it. Only silence and the cosmic background pain radiation.
Could I have gotten some help on that one? I don't have any negative pain threshold, so think I do. Pain threshold's kind of a weird one. Well, you know what? I'm going to be the Helmdollar fan. I don't care.
The display rack is brimming with worn paperbacks. A small mountain of colorful board game boxes. There are numerous types of games for all ages. A lot of shelf space seems to be taken up by Wirral-related merchandise.
Storekeep, what board games do you have here?
Wonderful board games, sir. The Viticulturist is a classic for sure, or perhaps you'd like Archipelagos of Insulinda, a very educational game for those interested in geography. Raubritter is a fun game of economic competition, but can get quite intense after a while. We have games for the whole family.
Ah,
You
children.
can play with your children.
Who are you going to play board games with? Do you have friends or family?
Well, I have a children, a family.
It certainly feels like whatever you are will die with you.
I mean, who'd want to have children with me? Yes. Kids, friends, chicks. I have all of those.
Then you're a lucky man, officer. Children are the greatest of treasures.
She fiddles with her pendant, thinking.
For playing with friends, I'd recommend Suzerainty. It's a civilization building game where you build a civilization, then set off to brutally colonize and repress other civilizations.
Not
It'll
yet.
cost 12 real. Lousy auras there. No, role-playing games are popular among those types. You know,
Those
if you're
types.
into those kind of things. Personally, I don't like it. Not at all.
Those types. Wait, this is a role-playing game. Oh no! I'm those types.
I've heard they turn people into occult enthusiasts. That they have rituals where they try to summon entities. Highly immoral stuff. You can still buy them though.
Occult enthusiasts, huh? What would you know about that license? Look through the pile of we're all rated items.
An endless
Related
variety
items.
of source
I gotta
books,
sneeze. Hold on.
law books, and codices litter the table. The topmost book is titled Welkin Compendium, 2nd edition.
Never mind, I don't need to sneeze after all. Alright.
There's also a large hardbound tome with intricate cover art, The Hunters of Katawak, Boreal Creature Compendium, and a pick-your-path adventure game book titled Tales of Wirral, Cavern of Velkrag.
Anything that really catches my eye?
There's a box that says Wirral, 3rd edition Mega Setting Supplements Module. The side panel notes, a fantastique adventure board game, new maps and miniatures. A sticker on it displays 25 real. That price is steep, but then it's the 3rd edition Mega Setting Supplement, so it makes sense. Nonsense for anemic Beano-clads.
Not yet. Board games are kind of expensive, and I may need that money for lodging, so...
These shelves are overburdened
Not
with
yet.
books from the same series. You see the name Dick Mullen over and over. A couple of spook novels hide amidst all the detective books. Thrilling tales of spycraft and daring do.
Shopkeep, what's all this crime fiction?
Oh, crime, robberies, murders, even sexual crimes. We're fortunate to have Dick Mullen and his stories to sort all that out. You're a police officer, apparently. You should buy all of these. They really do teach a person how to be a proper detective.
Crime fiction is a disgrace. An asinine misrepresentation of the physical attributes of the arduous everyday work of actual police officers. These books greatly overstate the excitement of police work, glossing over how long it takes to actually follow up on leads and eliminate dead ends. What's more, they completely ignore the psychological hardships of year after year coming into contact with people during the worst days of their lives. Not a single mention of all the stress this work creates upon the officer's family. Detective fiction just doesn't tell the truth at all. Now, would you like a list of all the books found on the shelf?
Hell yeah.
You see, Dick Mullen on the job. Get Me Mullen. The Stalwart Adventures of Richard P. Mullen. Dick Mullen and the Murder in the Orchard. The Sordid Affair of Dick Mullen. A killing is declared. Dick Mullen in the Murder House. The Final Case of Dick Mullen. An Obvious Lie. Dick Mullen in the Clock Tower. The Ordeals of Dick Mullen.
Dauntless Dick.
Dauntless Dick. Dick Mullen's Funeral Pyre. The Murder of Dick Mullen.
Are there any more?
Yes. There's also The Dame Who Did It. Farewell, My Mullen. Faking death seems to be a common trope in the Mullen series. The Morbid Tales of Dick Mullen. A Dark Tide Turns.
Oh, it should have been a Dick Tide Turns.
Tragedy Calls for Dick Mullen. Another one with fake death. And, of course, Dick Mullen, the murderer. In order to catch a murderer, Dick Mullen must become the murderer. After all this, you still haven't found the answer to the one question that matters. Who is Dick Mullen?
Let's see if I can increase my reaction speed with stuff. Oh, look, I already am. Wait. What is knocking down my reaction speed? Pants. Hold on, let's put different pants on. Boop. Oh, I'm not wearing the hat that gives me reaction speed. Alright. Hold on. This will help.
Shelves filled to the brim with crime novels featuring the supposedly stalwart Vespertine detective, Dick Mullen.
Who is Dick Mullen?
Your quick eye notices a small caterpillar crawling across the spine of a book. The title reads, Dick Mullen and the Mistaken Identity.
What do we have here? Mistaken Identity.
A worn paperback from Dick Mullen's classic Hard-Boiled Phase. The premise seems to be that Dick Mullen is framed for the murder of his best friend and has just a few days to prove his innocence.
Why does this speak to me?
Could it be the motifs of unstable identities and shocking betrayals?
That's probably right. I'm a complicated guy, full of contradictions. Now it's got to be something else.
Then this is the book for you.
That was pretty steep. Let's come back to that.
A sulfur-crested cockatoo sits on the cover, its beak slightly open. It looks as if the bird is calling out the book title. From A to Zurich, a guide to a well-behaved cockatoo.
Flip through the pages.
Turns out that there are so many different cockatoo species, and they all have behavioral problems. You don't have behavioral problems. That's garbage.
Whoa, that's
cool.
That's a past composure check. It seems like that would be like a, oh, you have tons of problems. Anyway.
It's a must-have if you own a cockatoo. I've heard they're quite capricious.
You wait for the storekeeper to be distracted. When she's not looking, you haul the tome of cockatoos into your pocket. It's quite a challenge, but eventually, the guide to the cockatoos is yours. Splendid effort. The plaque on the shelf reads, Biographies of Famous People. You see a large variety of names, none of which ring a bell.
Shopkeeper, anything to note on this shelf?
I would say The Greatest Innocence. Yes, most certainly. It's an important educational tool, delving into the depths of history, religion, and their relation to innocentic power.
Who or what is an innocence?
A very influential historical figure. But surely I don't have to tell you that. You're a law officer, and law officers have at least some education. The book is also very daring. The author aims to re-examine the universal understandings of the innocentic system, creating a fresh vantage point and a shift in the tired order of things.
I thought it was about which of these innocents is the coolest and the greatest, so you recommend it?
Perhaps for a layman, Deep analysis is necessary to peel back the multi-layered meaning.
So you recommended that?
Certainly. It's prudent for a person to have at least an elementary understanding of history and society. Imagine the chaos we'd be in otherwise.
You feel like you should get this one? Definitely. It's important somehow. There's something personal inside. Browsing through all the books with all their names makes your head spin. None of these seem important or relevant. It's all just vapid egoism. Suddenly, a particularly odd title catches your eye. It reads, High-Speed Love, the tragic true love story of Jacob Irv and Alfie Delatraz, by one Cecilia Averbrook.
What's it about?
High-Speed Love chronicles the romance between
This is the
two
one I
of
wanted.
the finest tip-top tourney racers in history. One of them is the madcap driver, Jacob Irv. His blonde mane graces the cover. Next to Irv's life story, you see a slim biography of an Occidental rock star called the Anti-Star. He's famous for shooting morphine into one of his eyeballs and cocaine into the other. Next to that, Rivasholian radio personality Guillaume Bevy stands in front of a run-down drug den. He's a permanent fixture on Channel 8, reporting on real-life crime and ruining cops' days.
I really must insist you buy one of the books. Reading them is not for free. Do still browse, though, but not too long. I'm sorry, I did not mean to rush you. You are browsing. Go ahead. Take your time. Time is commerce.
Okay, we looked at the maps already.
Several maps have been attached to a bulletin board hidden inside the alcove. They're held up by small pins. The board has come loose from one corner. The maps look old and faded. This bookstore is not strictly about crime, romance, and biographies of famous people. There's also a wide range of paranatural literature. Amidst the various books, you find one written by someone named Matthias W. Dundas. It's about wholeness, unity, balance. The point of the book, and many others on this shelf, is to give people medicinal advice in situations where they don't have access to paid health services.
How does that work?
It serves platitudes, while also telling everyone that traditional medicine, the kind people don't have access to, and which costs more than this book, is garbage, and would only give you cancer anyway, without even curing your cold or anything. Wholeness, unity, balance, on the other hand, can basically take care of anything. Though it is important to note, when it's up to your mind to heal yourself, then it's because of your mind that you're ill in the first place.
Does the book say anything else?
The book features chapters on topics such as how to find magnesium.
Oh yeah,
it
it's
even
this.
lists plants you can harvest magnesium from. How to continue drinking if you're an alcoholic who has destroyed his liver. And there's even a chapter on the ancient Seraïs tradition of using duck gallbladder preservatives to treat and prevent sexually transmitted diseases. Pre and post factum apply. Nothing worth buying. This is just mundane garbage. What's even paranatural about this?
Find something truly otherworldly.
The throbbing in your head increases.
Wow, I almost failed
every
that.
passing moment you gaze at this shelf. Suddenly, as if out of nowhere, a small green book becomes apparent. The title of it reads, Medicinal Purposes of the Pearl.
What's this book about?
The book contains descriptions of various pseudoscientific therapies, alternative medicines, and folk remedies involving the Pearl, also known as le territoire. For example, it recommends vigorously swatting one's naked body with a venik or hand broom, made from the leafy twigs of a young birch tree from the near Pearl.
Sounds invigorating.
It is, and good for the circulation too.
What else?
It also recommends consuming distilled spirits like vodka or whiskey that have been aged in the Pearl. Readers are instructed to cover these jars in a shallow hole just inside the Pearl and leave them there for 30 to 60 days, depending on the potency desired.
What does it do?
Among other benefits, it is alleged to restore a damaged liver to perfect health. That seems improbable.
Should probably get my hands on some of that. What else is
For
in there?
general health and well-being, readers are encouraged to take regular strolls through the Pale. Though a sidebar cautions readers to limit each stroll to less than an hour. These strolls promise to cleanse the mind of worries and the body of toxins, especially if the perambulator performs this ritual in the nude. Nudity figures prominently in a number of these prescriptions. This is exactly what you need. Anthroponetic nudism? That's insane. That's beyond dangerous. There's an entire section devoted to cures for men who are struggling to perform their marital obligations.
Oh, Whiskey D's a thing. He probably needs it.
Excuse me, sir. I believe you've been perusing that particular volume long enough. If you'd like to continue reading, I must insist you buy it. Sir, please, no browsing in that shelf. That wisdom is not for free. I can't have you end up, like, opening a police store next door and stealing my customers. Oh, no.
Alright, I don't want to buy medicinal purposes of the Pale.
Something about that book does seem to have spoken to you. Well, I hope it contains what you're looking for.
Well, let's get the Greatest Innocence too.
Shelves full of biographies of famous people, whoever they are.
A true cultural touchstone.
Yeah, that's good for now. I'll be back for the curtain. I want to hit the intercom first.
An old call box with a matrix of push buttons lists
It's only 11 things here.
in the East Delta Commerce Center. An off-key melody starts playing after you ring the doorbell. Then a woman picks up the receiver.
Kuno, please stop calling here. Grown-ups don't have time for your stupid games.
License, it's me. Please open the door. I'm trying to get in. This is police. Please open the door. Sorry, I was just trying random doorbells. Doesn't have anything important.
Oh, I'm sorry, officer. I thought you were...
There's a spot of static that overrides her
But
words.
the doorbell is broken, and the bookstore shouldn't even be on the list anymore. So I can't help you. Please don't call here again. Thanks.
A single beep indicates that the line has gone dead.
I don't know that I've ever called her twice.
You hear the same waiting room music, but no one picks up the receiver anymore.
Alright. Andrew Orlando Hare, SCA.
You ring the doorbell, but no one answers.
Alright. Artemitep's Boxing for Young Athletes Gym.
All you hear is static, but no one answers the call.
24H window.
You ring the doorbell, but nothing happens.
Emma's Fashion Atelier.
You wait for a minute or two, but all you get from the call box is silence. No one answers the call.
Fabrone's Taxi... The rest has been burned off.
Looks like someone has melted half the plastic off with a lighter. The doorbell doesn't work anymore.
Slipstream SCA.
You hear static from the intercom speaker. It sounds as if someone has picked up the receiver, but isn't saying anything.
Hello, is anyone there?
Yes, hello. This is Tricentennial Electric.
This is a woman's voice, cackling and fragile through the static.
Have you come to place an order?
Wait, but what happened to Slipstream SCA? There's no Tricentennial Electrics on the list.
Hold on, Tricentennial Electrics? I thought I was calling Slipstream SCA.
My God.
The lieutenant exchanges a look with you.
Sorry?
It's you. My God. I didn't think I would hear your voice.
It's a woman, and she knows you. Your heart beats faster. She must be mistaking you for someone else. No, something's wrong here. Are you sure she's talking to you?
Do we know each other? Who are you? Where are you? Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's me. I'm here again. Crawling back into your life.
Michelle, just please.
She stops and you can hear her breathe heavily, her breath distorted by ancient static.
Sounds like a ghost. Wind blows through your clothes and you feel detached from your surroundings. Inside the building, a cold memory hangs.
Why did you even call? I don't understand. You've been gone for months. I thought you didn't care.
Hold on, tell me what's going on. What did I do? Of course I care. It's just that I've been going through some tough time.
Ever since I came to live here, it's been different. As if my mind's been wiped clean.
A spot of static overrides her words. When she speaks again, it sounds like she's submerged.
It's so nice.
It's so nice that my mind's went right clean. Yay.
It's
Oh,
so
shit.
nice to be able to finally forget.
Forget about what?
She sounds like she's about to cry. The cold is deep under your skin, as if you were talking to someone who's 100 years away. Somewhere inside the building, water is flooding the cellar floor.
Hello?
She doesn't answer.
So it's nice. What's nice about forgetting?
Silence. The only thing you can hear now is static and waves washing ashore on the bay.
What just happened?
Another seagull passes by. It's getting cold standing here, staring at the silent call box.
I don't know what happened either. We should probably stop playing with this thing.
Okay.
You press the number sign on the keypad that terminates the call. 12 name cards on the call box read.
Okay, so we do not have the volition to do Slipstream SCA again right now. Let's try Fortress Accident.
Silence.
Darn.
No one's home at Fortress Accident.
Alright, Revachol Ice City.
Silence.
Oh.
No one answers the doorbell.
Main hall, building B, whirling in rags. Let's punk Gart.
Nothing happens after you ring the doorbell. They don't want to talk to you.
He doesn't. He's Delta Pinball.
Silence.
Yeah.
No one answers your call.
Sad.
This button looks new, but someone has removed the name card. Nothing happens when you try to ring it.
Huh. This button looks new. It's probably not connected yet.
He takes a step back, inspecting the other names on the list.
All around you, rain falls on the great city of Revachol. Rain drips from the eaves and floods the gutters, washing the filth away. The spring thaw must be here. The snow is melting.
What am I doing?
Looking up at the sky, cold water dripping from your hat.
What do I see?
Grey sky like great battleships, clouds colliding with one another. Rain falls down on the world.
How does it feel?
Your shirt sticks to your chest. The shoulders of your disco blazer grow heavy. The cold finds its way in under your skin. You shiver, and the city shivers with you. You're not dressed for this weather. You should get an overcoat or a patrol cloak.
What's in the west?
Sheets of rain over the water. A flight of stairs leading into the ocean. Wave after wave washing the coast of Martinaise, with its motorboats and gently swaying reeds. The ruins of a half-sunken sea fort crumble on an inlet beyond the Bay of Revachol. Ghosts rise into the sky.
Who are you, ghosts? What's down by the shore? Run your fingers through your dampened hair.
The skyscrapers of La Delta, the financial district. Faint golden light seeps from the office windows. Will you ever go there?
Will I?
No, you are just one of the hundreds of thousands who watch them rise across the bay from Martinaise every day.
It's down the shore.
Urban coastline, rain dripping off Eternite-covered roofs. Cinder blocks left over from half-finished construction. A defunct research and development building, once seized by revolutionaries. An old wooden church stands on stilts above the water.
And beyond that?
Coal City, end of all lines. Your hair is an oily mess flecked with ash from neighboring coal plants. Smokestacks rise somewhere in the distance.
What's in the east?
There's a fleet on the corner. A plastic coat is folded into a small triangle. under the counter by the window. Beyond that, the strike breakers have gathered.
I like how the game's giving me a hint that I should grab the poncho from the fritta.
The great gates of the industrial harbor are locked. A chill runs down your back. You shudder like an animal trying to shake water from its hide.
Clench your teeth to stop shuddering.
Behind the gates, heaps of supply crates, red and blue metal shipping containers, slick with rain. The Greater Revachol Industrial Harbor is an artificial mountain range. Immense wealth resides within, and immeasurable poverty in its shadow.
And beyond that,
La Ducienne, King Drie's passenger harbor. Cruise ships flanked by dock arms, cranes watching over the mouth of the river distributary.
What's across a distributary?
Couronne, the lower middle class. Distributary after distributary cuts the city blocks in half. 7-story buildings trail off into the rain.
What's beyond Couronne?
A silvery curtain of rain over the houses. The class divide.
It's in the north.
Capeside apartments. Tower blocks crowd one another. 4.46mm bullets still lodged in their war-torn stone walls. Hallways collapse from the mortar hits of a war that was lost long ago. Clotheslines go to waste in the rain. Radios play.
And closer to here?
A yard. Rain falls onto the roof of a woodshed. Coal leaks into a puddle beneath the feet of a dead man. He swings from a tree, a gaping hole in his bare, rotting
Oh damn,
chest.
that even gets updated depending on what you do. Because I tried to shoot him down and it shot him in the chest instead. Whoops. It's in the south.
A traffic jam. Rain thrumming on the roofs of motor vehicles. Inside, drivers watch water streaming down their windshields. The statue of a king shudders. He too is cold. The canal bridge has been raised.
It's on the other side.
The road ascends. A raised motorway loops above the ghetto. Beneath its concrete columns, a sea of rooftops, woodwork, and tar stretches northward. 4-story buildings as far as the rain can fall. The snows melt in Jamrock.
Where the hood, where the hood, where the hood at?
Have a brother in the cut. Where the hood at?
Why am I not there?
To be in Martinaise, where no one goes, at the runoff point of a long-forgotten canal, in the whitest part of town, in the shadow of the day the revolution fell.
What am I doing here?
Standing in the rain, looking north, where Jamrock Rock City stretches inland.
Look further.
In the rain-swept distance, above the rooftops of Jamrock, a repurposed silk mill stands perched above the motorway exit. Precinct 41 hunches in the rain. Your vision blurs. You wipe your face with your hand. The rain stings your eyes, making you look up and blink.
What's up there?
Coalition aerostatics hang like apparitions under the cloud cover. Way up there, where rain forms, rotors flutter silently. Your sight clears.
Motherfucker.
This rain will not let up anytime soon. I'd recommend you put on your coat.
What coat? Oh, that coat. Alright. Out of thought. It's gone now. Oh, the car. That's right. I was going to check on the armor. Because we called that in. To the office.
Inside, you see a set of steering levers, a radio microphone, a pull-out toolbox, and the soft glow of the fuel preheater gauge.
This is Precinct 57. How may I assist you?
Have you heard back from the ICP about the serial number?
Yes. The armor was produced by Fairweather in their facilities in Betancourt, sur la Clé in 42. It was part of a special order for Corps de Pharmacie, a security firm contracted to protect the interests of Oranese pharmaceutical companies in the Semenine conflict. So, It seems the armor went to Seminine. That's where the paper trail ends, though. Even the firm has proven difficult to track. Corps de Pharmacie has been renamed several times over in the years since the armor was issued.
You know what it's called now?
The most recently registered firm that the ICP has been able to connect to the CDP is a military contractor called Trinell, and the one before it was Downwell. I think they might be the same contractor.
Armor like this isn't mass-produced. It would have probably been fitted. Perhaps there's a record of who signed for this particular suit of armor.
First firm continued to work for pharmaceutical companies through these name changes. A suit of armor like this would have been customized to fit the wearer. There must have been a record of the person to whom it was issued.
Hard to say. The client list is rather diverse and incomplete. The only constant seems to be that the mercenaries are always deployed in third and fourth world countries. Yes, but the ICP tends to be reluctant to share private sector records. I could try to talk them into it, though.
This is a fun challenge for her. An opportunity to contribute beyond doing her job by rote. She'll gladly put in the extra effort for Team RCM.
Yes, thank you, officer. I really appreciate your efforts in this case. Yes, please do try. It's imperative we learn whose armor this was.
Glad to help. Call back tomorrow. Hopefully I'll have more for you then. 57th, over and out.
In the cabin, you see a set of steering levers.
Yeah, I wanted to do the esprit de corps option there. Okay, so run the victim's armor, so we gotta call her back tomorrow. Find speed and sniff it. We need to find our heraldic bird. Oh, no Tuesday tasks are done. That's too bad, probably because we have like no Tuesday tasks yet.
Still here. Stuck in this damn jam, my man. What's up?
Nothing. Okay, I want to go into the building. This is the only way to do it right now. Grumble, grumble, grumble.
You see a set of tattered curtains blocking the way to another room. A strange cage-like trinket dangles from the curtains.
Excuse me, officer. The back room is strictly for employees only.
What's behind the curtains?
Nothing. Now please go back to browsing the books. Don't you feel compelled to look at the books? The books are all you care about.
Oddly enough, the more she tries to draw you away from the curtains, the more alluring they become.
Same with the strange cage-like trinket.
You see some kind of charm, an irregular polyhedron assembled from bones, sticks, and straw. Inside, a disturbing fish head with empty eye sockets stares at you. Aside from poking at it suspiciously, there is nothing else to do with the fish head charm at this time. The curtains remain shut before you. Just as you're about to pull apart the curtains, the petrified voice of the shop owner cries out once more.
Sir, don't touch that. I told you it's off limits for the customers.
Her hand is closed around her pendant and her fingers nervously playing with the talisman.
Parapsychologically speaking, we're done if you decide to open them. I won't be held responsible for the consequences. It's too dangerous.
Oh, parapsychologically.
She looks away, mumbling. Why is everyone always messing with the curtains? Why can't they just buy books like normal people?
What's this about the curse? That's why you're afraid? Ma'am, this is different. I'm a police officer. I need to get in there. But I sense a place calling for me. I must investigate beyond the threshold. I don't care, and you can't stop me. I'll open them.
No, it's just a storeroom for the employees. I told you. Now, please step away from the curtains.
I'm on police business.
Why? It's not like anyone was killed there.
Everything's connected. I need to get in there. She stops abruptly as her hand flies over her mouth, baffled by her own bluntness.
I am sorry. I don't mean to be so impolite. Just please don't go there. I can't allow that. You'll only make things worse and unleash the powers.
What powers?
The curtains do seem frail suddenly, not robust enough to contain a slippery darkness.
You do? My God, even more reasons not to mess with the curtains. Just step away, dear sir.
I'll think about it for a while.
Thank you. Let's just talk about this first, all right? There's no reason for you to venture into the unknown.
There is something mysterious about the curtains. Be careful. The curtains, tattered with age and covered in dust.
Rip them apart this time for real.
As if
nah, we'll talk to Plaisance about it. We'll do it the right way.
Esteemed officer, and welcome to crime, romance, and biographies of famous people.
Why are you so uptight about those curtains? I just want to know what's on the other side.
I already told you, it's just a storage room for employees. I don't understand why it's so important to you. Just let it go, officer. Go buy some goddamn books. You're supposed to be drawn to the books.
I bought 2 books already. Well, yeah, I only bought one of them, didn't I? And I stole the other one. No, I bought 2. And a map. I was going to get the man from Helmdahl. I forgot about that. I should do that in a minute. If it's just a storage room, why do you have that strange trinket on the curtains? If it's just a storage room, you wouldn't mind if I peeked inside. It's not like it's cursed, right?
It's just for decoration.
Yeah, that's it. She wavers under your gaze, mouth pressed into a tight-lipped smile, then something breaks.
Okay, fine. It's just because this place is cursed, just like everyone said. They don't call it the doomed commercial area for nothing. Are you happy now, officer? Happy that you've ruined everything?
She closes her eyes and starts mumbling something to her pendant. I was already ruined. How does this curse manifest itself?
The curse is so much worse than you could imagine. It's a disease, eating at the very foundation.
A shiver runs through the woman as she looks around the dimly lit store.
It's the curse of financial distress, of ruin and bankruptcy.
She peers at the curtains again.
Didn't that curtain just move?
Okay, I'm a little confused. What does that mean? Ah, Annette mentioned that the previous tenants have experienced some financial troubles. Wait, that's it? I was hoping for something more paranatural.
Everyone knows that all the previous companies in this building have sooner or later declared bankruptcy, and their malicious spirits are still here, feeding off bad business practices and disappointing income statements. There's something wrong with this building, I can tell you. Ever since I arrived, I've sensed an eerie, lingering presence, as if I was unwanted here.
Sounds familiar.
Strange, I feel unwanted too. What does it mean?
Truly so? Perhaps the dark energies are leeching off you. You shouldn't stay in the store too long. It may be dangerous.
Why didn't you just tell me right away it was a curse? Have you sought help from anyone? Would you like me to take the case? I could investigate to see if the curse is real. I don't think the curse is real. I just want you to let me in there.
It's not good to
No,
talk
we need to
about
take the
curse,
case.
Not in detail. The negativism. It's dangerous. Talking about the void wraiths angers them.
Such wraiths may prove a formidable enemy. Suit up.
Thanks, man from Helmdahl shirt, for getting me that success. Have you sought help from anyone?
Yes, I've contacted numerous parapsychologists and even a pair of Simonese mediators. They provided me with the wards.
She nods at the strange cage-like trinket on the curtains.
The wards help to keep the doom at bay and protect us against the darkness that lies further in the building. Even though now I fear, it's not enough.
Alright, is your pendant part of the wards as well?
Oh, this? No, it's a special Himian amulet, blessed by desert pygmy shamans, with a spell of compulsion. It's to compel people to buy books. There are numerous spells cast throughout the store. I had the books anointed with a different inducement spell, for example. It's guaranteed to boost sales 15%.
Would you like me to take the case? I could investigate.
Most certainly not.
Boo.
I don't want anyone who's not familiar with the psychic arts to get involved in this mess. Stay away. Leave the spirits be, so they
This
can
is a
return
suggestion
to their
check?
slumber.
Psychic arts?
Oh, drama.
Sounds right down our alley.
I don't think I have anything that boosts drama.
Okay, but please, only a few questions. You wouldn't want to disturb the spirits.
The woman looks aloof, her features much softer. Occasionally she glances at her daughter's silhouette.
Drama's at 3. Ah, authority's at 0. Awesome. Perfect. Fuck off, authority. Anyway, yeah. Yeah, let's do it.
Slither up to her, you silver-tongued fiend. Show her what world-class perfidy looks like.
Wait, what if I don't want to lie? Too late.
You're not lying. You're giving her peace of mind. The means are thus justified.
Ma'am, I came here to help. I've handled paranatural situations before.
Are you sure? Don't think I haven't seen charlatans before.
I've returned from the void, a para-detective from a long line of para-detectives.
You're no paradetective. You look nothing like one. And you're clearly a drinker. Pardon me for being so blunt, but...
Hey now, hey. You need the booze to focus, alright? The lieutenant keeps his usual stony calm. He silently picks out his notebook. Go ahead then, rock her world, he thinks. I'll compose some notes.
I admit I've had my share of drinks, but only because the spectral realm is parapsychologically taxing. See, it's necessary to drink spirits in order to contact the void.
How do you know all this?
Here we go.
I'm the void revenant. I have the powers to debat all the bad energies.
I should have realized. A pattern lies within the fabric. The hand of fate guides us. Our meeting couldn't have been mere chance.
Perhaps you truly are the one to deliver this woman from the doom.
Damn right, Inland Empire.
But
also, let me talk to my goddamn
I'm not the
tie.
only one at risk. I have to think of my daughter. You are certain you can help us? Keep us safe? I can't allow any collateral damage to hit us.
No problem whatsoever. Your family is safe. The phantoms are no match for me. Just ask my partner Kim. He'll vouch for me.
Oh,
Lieutenant, it's mumbles in minor confusion. He has not been listening closely enough. You put him on the spot. That's the point.
Certainly so, ma'am. I can assure you my partner is eminent in this particular field.
If you promise, good officer, then you might be our last hope. Do you swear it? Thank you, sir.
On my honor. Dude, did I get an honor point for that? I hope so.
The end.
I did! Yay!
Do not act surprised. You know of these things, sire.
Of course, the entity. Close your eyes, for I have sensed its presence.
You have? The entity takes the form of a woman, a witch probably. I've suspected that she must be connected to the curse ever since I first saw her. Did you know that she lives inside the chimney?
Chimney, the passage between heaven and hell, of course.
Yes, that chimney is part of the building's central furnace, and it's enormous. She has barricaded herself behind some metal security curtains. God knows what she's doing there. Some unnatural magic, I assume. You should go find the entity and ask what happened to all the companies in the building. What is the source of this curse? Here's the key to the warded door behind the curtains. Take it. Oh, and please do return to me after you've looked round. I'm quite anxious to know what she has to say about the curse. What you discover in there.
Unbelievable darkness and ruin. What you discover? Probably just some office space. Don't be scared. You see a set of tattered curtains blocking the way to another room. A strange cage-like trinket dangles from the curtains. You see a dimly lit room full of dusty furniture and trash. A doorway stands in the back, covered in dozens of scary little cage-like trinkets, your shadow looming over it like an omen.
Oh!
Small terrified escapes from Plaisance as she tries her best to look away, her round face buried in her hands. Okay, I don't need the flashlight here, that's good. Ghostly silhouettes of hairdressers. Vaguely androgynous portrait of a man. Looks like Guillaume Le Million, that hair poster. Alright, I'm actually going to come back to this later. It takes kind of a while to explore that zone, and it's probably a bit much to do right now. Okay, we've got to investigate the doomed commercial area. Cool. Also, I have like 60 cans in my bag. I should probably turn them in. Oh, I haven't talked to Lena yet. Oh, that's gonna take him a minute. I'm gonna go to Fritta first, though. Oh, do we talk to Welcome to Revachol? I kind of don't want to. Whatever, let's do it anyways. Glossy magazine, most able-bodied men. This issue hosts a top 10 list. Oh no, they're much hunkier than you. Oh god, what is with all these bubbles? You shouldn't feel threatened by handsome men. Don't be silly. Fuck off, authority. Oh. Jump Jams, popular music mag. Oh, I had 2 purple bubbles, but I picked the stupid authority one. Fritta, sick.
Welcome to Revachol.
Announces the rotund man. The remark isn't addressed to you. It's addressed to the lieutenant. Why are you addressing my partner like that?
Don't you welcome to Revachol me. My grandfather came here from a 3,000-year-old racist isolationist culture, while your ancestors came to this island a mere 300 years ago. Every school of thought and government has failed in the city, but I love it nonetheless. It belongs to me as much as it belongs to you.
Do tell.
It's men like you who keep Revachol divided, making it that much harder for everyone to climb out of this post-war limbo.
Limbo, what's going on here?
Oh, come on, man. I just said welcome to Revachol. It's a lorry driver thing.
I know exactly what you meant. You think my kind doesn't belong here, that I should watch myself and behave. But you see, I'm an officer of the RCN. It's actually my job to make sure you behave.
Silence. The air between them becomes tense. Your partner needs backup. Now's your moment to shine.
Fucking A, Kim. I've got your back. Give the lieutenant a punch on the shoulder.
You two make a cute couple. You know that?
Lorryman spits.
The lieutenant exhales and resumes his regular calmness.
Now that that's settled, we have a couple of
Whatever
questions.
you say, officers.
Found this mug in the trash. Yours?
Oh man, that's great. Look at that guy go. I haven't seen anything that funny in a while.
Is it yours?
God damn. Thanks for that, but no, it's not mine.
He doesn't live in Martinez.
What's that argument all about?
It's about biological determinism, natural law, the sorting of the races. Not the most popular topic nowadays, with the coalition in charge and all. You might want to change the topic. That is, bury your head under the sand like common sheep.
I get it. So someone has to be the unpopular guy. Oh, so you're just a racist. Makes sense. To be honest, I can't really remember what that means. Please explain. On second thought, let's talk about something else.
I'm not just racist. Look, I've read books. Huh? The science of racial theory has all been proved, even if some people don't want to accept it. People who've studied these things say that you and me are superior by design. So, naturally, we Occidentals should be in charge. Obviously, you can see the merits in that.
Okay, what else have you thought up?
So, lately we Occidentals have experienced an unfortunate downturn when members of the superior race cease to believe in their innate superiority. They stop competing for resources.
Yeah, what's the problem with that?
The problem? The damn Kips are showing a real good game lately. Same with the mosquitoes. And the other introduced species too. They're on the precipice of cultural victory.
Uh-huh.
It's true. Also, you need to realize the dangers of mixing races. Who knows what might happen if people don't stay in their birthplace?
So I basically letting
You
this
might
guy
end
be
up
on the
with a
soapbox for
new
one reason and
subrace
one reason only.
With unknown characteristics, leading to extra competition. That's why you've got to control the offspring.
Yeah, I'm not down with this. Why don't you go fuck yourself?
Don't push your luck, runt.
Man gives you a disgusted look, then turns its attention elsewhere, ignoring your presence.
Yes?
Looking for something, Hunt? Oh, not much anymore. I'm here to pick up some cargo, but the dock workers are on strike, so it's a sit and wait on your ass situation.
What's this been
The
going on?
strike? Oh, they've been at it for a while. A month, 2 months maybe. But this here is just the last week or so.
What kind of cargo is supposed to pick
Apples.
up? Apples.
Yeah, apples. I take it you had other questions?
He's given you the runaround. Let's be honest, you were bested.
Yellow roses, dozens of them. Tulips, too. Melancholy pop song plays on the radio.
The tear machine stands in the corner.
Alright, so we can't get
sign
Hobo
says
Cop, so we might as well just
1
turn in all
bottle
of our bottles.
equals 10 cents. Your bottles clunk into the machine, and the money
40
appears
bottles.
with a
Ooh.
satisfying jingle. You're a richer man now. Do you know what you should do with that money, kiddo? You should buy more alcohol. Enter the endless cycle of consumption.
I feel like I had more than that.
The tear machine stands in the corner. A sign says 1 bottle equals 10 cents.
Excuse me, I have the tear bag, but no tear. Can I still use the tear machine?
No. You need tear to use the tear machine.
Boo.
A small cabinet on the wall is filled with various medicine bottles, nasal sprays, and blister packs. They all bear the Saint Baptiste Pharmaceutics logo.
Just ask me if you need anything from Saint Baptiste. We don't stock prescription meds, but we do have Nosafed, Duramine, Magnesium, and Hypnogamma.
I'm actually pretty good on this type of stuff right now.
I don't know. Let's see. Nosafed is a nasal spray. Duramine is a really good painkiller. Magnesium is a dietary supplement. Hypnogamma is... I don't really know what Hypnogamma is. I guess it makes you feel less shit. It's recommended to use after lots of partying, studying, or exercising.
Just be a little more specific.
No. Sorry. I'm not like a doctor or anything.
Okay.
Nosafed heals +1
Oh, thanks,
health.
tutorial agent.
Duramine heals +3 health. Magnesium heals +1 morale. Hypnogamma heals +3 morale.
Who's Saint Baptiste?
Saint Baptiste. You know, the pharmaceuticals company. Saint Baptiste Pharmaceuticals. The one that sells meds out of Saint Baptiste. That one. There.
Okay. Again, I'm okay on that kind of stuff. Let's see.
A colorful display of cigarettes and alcohol bottles line the shop wall, inviting you closer. There, in that dark green glass, all in vain. The great flowing river of warmth, wine, alcohol, beer, alcohol, love, alcohol.
I'm obliged to inform you that both alcohol and cigarettes damage your health. But I guess you already know that.
Yeah, you can tell just by looking at him.
You will never finish your alcohol quest if you don't buy beautiful alcohol.
Do I actually have the alcohol quest? Just paying attention. Find booze and drink it. Okay, yeah. I mean, I actually have some booze in my inventory right now, so. Boop, 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 boop.
The pale aged vodka is special, I guess. It's stored in pale for a couple of years, which makes it super expensive and super strong.
The book told me it was only like a couple of months. Okay, but what will consuming this stuff do to my body?
I mean, I already said it'd hurt you. I don't know what else they do.
She stares at you unsure.
Substances give powerful bonuses to your main stats at the cost of damage to your health or morale. Cigarettes raise your intellect while damaging your health. Alcohol raises physique while damaging your morale. Use medication, like Nosafed and magnesium, to counteract the negative effects of substances. Note: consuming substances can have unforeseen consequences for you.
I mean, it alters your stats. Which I think it said, yes. Sell any under-the-counter vices?
No, Frit only sells legal drugs, like the law says.
Oh, the Pale Age vodka is only 30. I thought it was more than that for some reason. To sell speed at this establishment. Some amphetamines are legal.
Huh? Speed. Like. Speed. Speed. No. Frit doesn't do that.
She stares at you bewildered.
Of course not. Frit is an establishment that acts within the law. Is that all, detective?
For now.
Bah. What's the point if they don't even sell the good drugs? You see several packaged raincoats fill a low shelf.
That's so cheap, I'm
beneath
just
a
gonna buy
display
it.
of croissants and juice bottles. The raincoats are transparent, except for the big Fritta slogan on the back.
Unless
you see several packaged raincoats fill a low shelf beneath.
What is what? It's a raincoat.
So I'm looking at the rack here. It's like croissant in like bottles of sauce or something like that.
If you want to buy one, then it's only 4 real.
She taps the glass counter. The raincoats patiently await purchase. Okay.
Here you go.
Money. Why did I press that button? Right to work.
A lorry stuck in the traffic jam. This big, heavy Grad-made machine is well kept for such an old machine. The windows are clear. They've been recently washed. You can see a lorryman's cabin with personal belongings, stickers, insignia. The driver has adorned his space with a substantial collection of peculiar paraphernalia. Proclamations about honor, strength, and purity are glued to various panels.
What about the back seat?
The back end of the cabin has a small perch to sleep, large ashtrays. There are several suns and wheels sewn into the curtains.
Racist nationalist paraphernalia. Not unusual in this part of town. This is our guy.
The lieutenant nods towards the racist lorry driver. The lacist lorry driver. I think this lorry belongs to our tough guy.
Likely, yes. This guy's proud of who he is. Drapes it all over his machine.
When are the Pale Riders ready to talk? I wonder if I can do this again. Did I do this again?
An old monument
can.
stands in the middle of the traffic island, pointing toward the sea.
Reality
It looks as
Lowdown
if
Gotten.
It's been reassembled piece by piece, secured and mounted in the air with the aid of numerous ropes and rods. Even by the standards of the Philippian kings, old sumptuous Philip was known for his profligacy.
In what way?
Well, he blew through the whole national treasury, starting the decline of one of the penultimate century's greatest superpowers, the suzerain of Revachol. His own maladministration foreshadowed the fall of the monarchy. During the anti-centennial revolution, an end to his family line and the monarchy on the Insulindian Isola.
How did he manage to blow through the entire national treasury?
Stories have it that he had his bedroom converted into a treasure chamber, where he stored unfathomable wealth. Krugerrands, bars of gold, ornate weaponry, armor, and various chalices. He called it the Sol Aurum. It was obscene. There were whispers he slept on a huge pile of gold-dipped feathers, like some obese dragon, instead of a bed, like a normal person.
I like to sleep on gold hustler style. The king is a king and he can do anything. Wait, really? That's no way that's true. Deplorable farce. No wonder everything went to shit.
But wait, you haven't even heard about his fabled cocaine addiction.
Wait, what now?
You see, old Philippe wasn't just good at squandering the national treasury on gold and ceremonial weaponry, he was also a prodigious snorter of nose candy. Not just any nose candy, though. We're talking Royal Philippian Blow, allegedly twice as potent as the stuff you find nowadays, and purple. Philippian cocaine was purple.
Okay, what is nose candy? This is a lot to process. So he's addicted to nose candy. A bloated druggie. Okay, where's he buried now?
Cocaine. His Majesty's courtiers said it helped him connect with the higher realms.
So he's addicted to nose candy, a bloated druggie.
That's what the revolutionaries said 150 years later. Right before they emptied out the royal mausoleum and dumped His Majesty's mortal remains in the Insulindian Bay.
Where's he buried now? In the Insulindian Bay.
Beneath the cold waters of the Insulindian
Weren't you paying
Bay,
attention?
Thrown there by the revolutionaries after they cleaned out the royal mausoleum. A group of marble pleurons still surround the king's vandalized tomb. A deathly cold wind sweeps up candy wrappers and old newspapers.
What happened to the statue?
The original was blown apart by communards, then further damaged during the landing of the coalition's airships during the turn-of-the-century revolution, when Martinez was leveled.
Who restored the monument?
Some years ago, a group of liberal, artistically inclined individuals, designers mostly, thought it would be ironic to restore the statue of the most wasteful ruler of Revachol in the poorest part of the city. The statue is supposed to capture the moment it was blown apart, like an instant frozen in time, a rare butterfly trapped in amber, floating on a sea of shit.
It's brilliant, so funny and nihilistic. It's a really bad idea. I really don't get art.
People in Martinez tend to agree, as do many prominent art critics and thought leaders.
I needed to make an opinion on that, because I'm not convinced I'm not taking actual art degree on this one. That ability's too good. That thought's too good.
Philip III, the Squanderer, however, with his bronze face up in the air, doesn't seem concerned about what the hoi polloi think of him in death.
That autosave.
The woman still has her eyes fixed on the photograph in her hands. In the background, the radio plays. No response.
I had a thought. What if... That's right, I got that now. What if I used the flashlight with her?
The woman still no response.
Okay, can't remember how I get her to talk. Whatever, we'll get it eventually. Or not. I guess we'll talk to Right to Work. This is Grit.
Bastards! We have a right to work!
I am the law. What's going on here? It's like too much trouble for my taste.
Yes. People get that you are the law. You really don't have to keep saying it.
Hold up and stay frosty, everyone. Cops are here.
The broad-shouldered alpha male turns to you. He's a full head taller than everyone else here.
You here to fuck with us? Beat the honest worker down.
Why should I? No, yes, no.
We're here to fight for a cause. Stripes usually have problems with people who have causes. Good. We're fighting for a cause here. Right to work! Right to work! Besides, we're not that different. It helps if people see us talking, cops and strikebreakers together. Shows authorities are on our side. Builds confidence.
What kind of cause are we talking about?
Rights of people. Rights of workers. To have gainful employment. To make a salary. And feed their families.
I don't think I've chosen any sides yet.
Might be time Don't let the fat bastards tread on you. Cops tend to side with the higher-ups, but you're essentially still workers. I don't trust cops, but I can see you understand the right to work! Right to work!
Regardless, I have some questions for you.
Maybe you should ask them the questions, like why we're not allowed to make a living here. Shame on you! We have families to feed, you piece of shit.
Points his finger at the man sitting on the railing.
So do we, Scott.
The loitering man hollers in return. I want to get into the harbor too. What is a strike? Who are all these strike breakers? What exactly is your goal here?
Have fun. Union shits are on full strike. Don't think they're going to let you through the gates. I'm trying to meet their fat boss.
I'm interviewing people about a murder that took place here behind the hostile cafeteria there. This is an official matter not to be discussed with outsiders.
Right to work! It's shameful. Cops doing nothing. You should bring backup. Open up the gates for us. Blockading gainful employment for workers is a crime.
So that is my area of expertise.
We are not picking a side in this just yet, sir.
Pity. Let us work!
What is a strike?
When a bunch of ungrateful, lazy cockroaches can't get their act together, decide to block honest work for other people.
He shifts uncomfortably in his workers' overalls. What do the strikers want?
Me. They mumble nonsense about boardrooms and workers' rights, while we have the right to work!
When the man moves around, you perceive some serious abs underneath his tight-fitting shirt. This man is in shape. There's something odd in the way he carries himself. His set of clothing looks vaguely mismatched. The different pieces of the attire seem ill-fitting.
Ill-fitting? What does that mean?
His shirt is far too small and an unpleasantly tight fit, while the overalls, held up by a belt, seem to fit a man with much more corpulence.
You wearing new clothes?
He ignores your question, choosing instead to turn to the emaciated workers, raising both fists in the air. The clothes are obviously not his. Silence is the answer. There's something off here, but he won't say what.
Who are all the strike breakers?
Honest men and women, with rights, to work, to be useful, not toys for corporate interests.
The man runs a hand through his steadily graying military handcut.
We came here to help the
haircut,
Harlem
Jesus.
run smoothly in time of crisis. If union fucks don't want work, they ought to let in those who do want work.
I have a question. Why do all these men follow your leadership?
Because he's big and scary?
You think they follow because I'm big and loud? No. They follow the rules of the market, the rules of the economy, because they were given a job to do!
You've been talking to him for quite a while now. Something is off with this guy. Ask him where he's from.
Okay, I gotta ask, where are you from?
What's it to you?
Deep-set suspicion drips from his every syllable. Curiosity, going to figure out this mess. Routine, part of the investigation. I thought you looked real familiar for a second there.
Am I a suspect? Done no crimes. I only fight for the rights of people.
I already got that. I'm interested in your background.
We're all workers, right? Workers stick together. Came from the eminent domain, in Jamrock. Backgrounds in odd jobs, heavy lifting, cargo hauling, bouncer work. I know the drill.
A bouncer? Where? I frequent a lot of bars. Maybe it's one I know.
Worked at Territorial. Ring a bell?
Never heard of it. Are you lying?
We're done here. I have a strike to break. Right to work! Right to work! Shame on you!
Hey, tough guy. I wasn't done asking questions.
Things are busy enough. You're going to waste less of my time?
We'll see.
The hulking man oozes stark skepticism.
What exactly is your goal?
We were promised work. We'd be in there, working, if the bastards hadn't shut the gates.
And you're unable to breach the entrance?
Main gate's locked. Would take heavy ordnance to bust it open, and try to get in through the secretary's office. Door's locked. The guard's blocking the way to the access panel. And I don't mean the scrawny mess punk either. I mean head measurer. Or whatever he is.
Wait, head measurer?
Huge Seminese guy standing up there on the overhead passage. Won't let anyone by. The access panel is right behind it.
How bad could one guy be? You seem capable.
Bad. Standing on a narrow bridge, he's got a strategically advantageous position. And he's trained.
Sounds like you are too.
I don't know how the Union has a trained killer up there. But that one's no joke. And my men are tired and hungry. They're workers, not fighters.
Why don't you just talk to them?
Like civilized folk, you mean? These native fucks don't understand civilized.
It would be better for the neighborhood if you went home, at least for now, if you can't get in anyway.
No! They will give up eventually. Or get drunk. Leave the button unguarded. Then, we charge.
The man rubs his jaw, a perfect lightly bearded square wedge. I'm just gonna leave now. Alright, I think I'm gonna go ahead and call it there. It's getting kind of late. Made some good progress here. Kind of, not really. We actually just did some sort of ancillary exploration stuff. And not much else. But that's okay. That's what this game's all about. Everything's connected, right? So anyway, yeah, next stream is probably going to be Sunday. We'll be continuing Metal Gear Solid 2 then. Yeah, normally I stream Saturday, but I'm going to be busy, so no stream on Saturday. So anyhow, have a good one, guys. Thanks for watching. Thanks for hanging out. Yeah, see you next time. Thanks for watching.